certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Oh, welcome to the show. Hello, everybody. Welcome to what they call the B show. But it's the A show in our hearts. It's the evening show, and today it has the chance to be the pick-me-up show. Welcome. Great show this morning. I loved the numbers. I loved the stats that we saw. Thanks for hitting like. Thanks for hitting follow. We just missed on the money thing. We're still going to keep doing it the way we've been doing it. A lot of great feedback from the fans. A lot of people saying the show feels like the radio days again. It's very, very good. Keep doing it. So we're going to keep doing it as long as you guys keep hitting it. I think hitting it every time but one time is still pretty good. I think that's still pretty solid. So thank you guys very much. You could end up technically having a 3.5-hour show tonight. I may be contractually obligated to do that. Number one, we're 11 memberships away from 500. Every time we hit a 100 milestone on the memberships on Rumble, I owe an extra half hour. So that one could very much come true. And then we came up short this morning. If we get that at the end of the show, then that would be another 30 minutes. So if the memberships hit, no matter what, we go until 9. If the memberships hit and we make up for what we did this morning and then keep the perfect week intact, then I go till 9:30. So this, I might have to strap in. We'll see. Or it could go like tonight, and I could have myself a nice, normal evening show. People will laugh. People will have a good time. And we just won't make any money. We'll see how it goes. It is Christmas time after all. Spread the holiday cheer. Hit like, hit follow, hit subscribe. Joey Caravello with $2 starting us off tonight. Thank you, Joey. Let that be the start of a trend, a theme, if you will. Joey with $2 says, Aaron, did you think Johnny was extra gay today? I didn't. I didn't think that Johnny was extra gay today. But some others may have, and that's all right, too. I thought Johnny was fine. I thought Johnny was Johnny. You know, what do you do? Johnny was his usual self. I will say it's good to hear that he's not smoking the devil's lettuce, that he's not puffing the Chiba. Isn't that what the kids say now? Isn't that the cool thing to say about marijuana, about that devil's lettuce, that cannabis, that jazz cabbage? I'm glad he's off it. I don't think anyone's better with that stuff. I don't think anyone's better with alcohol, drugs, anything. I think in a lot of ways we just use it as a mood enhancer or an escape or whatever. I haven't been drinking lately. It's not like a conscious thing. I think it's just getting older. Getting older, you just don't feel like drinking as much. You know, 2 beers and you have a headache in the morning. Kids are around. I don't like drinking in front of the kids. I just haven't been. You haven't been. And as I haven't been, I didn't notice it until last week, like Saturday. It was around the Thanksgiving holiday, and I'm like, you know, I haven't really had a drink in a long time. Again, not like a conscious thing, but just going, huh, that's odd. And then I thought about, well, would I like to? Like, would I like to have a beer during the show tonight? And I was like, no, I wouldn't. I've also been going to the gym a lot more. I've been boxing a lot more, playing a lot more basketball and stuff like that. And nothing will kill, like weight loss, nothing will kill trying to develop any sort of muscle tone in your life than alcohol. Alcohol is like sludge in your system. It slows everything down. It grinds it all to a halt, makes you fat. So I'm in that weird spot now where I haven't consciously been not drinking, but now that I've realized that I haven't been drinking, I kind of want to keep not drinking, if that makes sense. I just don't want to become one of these pious assholes who like, nobody should drink. I feel like Tucker's starting to get that way. I feel like Tucker's starting to get to like the, well, I just, nobody should do this and nobody should do that because I started doing it and I think it's really great. That's kind of a lefty thing, in my opinion. There's a lot of things I think we shouldn't do, but Lord knows I'm big enough of a fuck up that I don't need to be telling anybody definitively what to do. I can make suggestions. You ask me a question, I'll answer it honestly, but I don't think I should be life coaching anybody. Red Fox Mad with $4.99. Thank you, pal. He says, Adam walked with will number 18 walk too? The Vikings coaches lost the locker room. What's next for the Vikings? We're going to get to that in just a little bit. We got the Adam Thielen thing, of course, with the title of tonight's episode, Who's a Bigger Fraud, Tim Walz or the Minnesota Vikings? We've got that. We've got a guy who is developing online content by just going around and handing out machetes to homeless people. This has potential. I'm not saying it has potential to be anything good or anything positive or anything that humanity should want or need, but it has potential to do something. If you could slip him some crack while you're at it, I think we could be guaranteed that will fast track any kind of result we're going to get. Thank you very much to Jason. Oh, now I can't read his screen name because I'm a fuck up and read his name. He says, I'm behind on the show, but heard about the miss this morning and gave us $20. What a guy. Give that guy a karmic.
Wanna fuck? Let's fuck!
Thank you, pal. That's very nice of you. I appreciate you guys doing that. Rob says, I did 30 years of drinking in 10 years. I'm good these days. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm going to actively try not to, but if I don't, I don't, and that's all right. That's okay. Thank you guys very much for being here. I did see this tweet from Franco on Twitter. He sent this to me. I just want to let you guys know this is AI. First of all, the hairline on this is insulting. This is really... This is not my hairline. My chin doesn't do this dimply thing here. My head is not that much of a rectangle. I have a little more circular head than that. But this, as I've been talking to radio people, and probably will continue to talk to radio people forever and ever and ever, this Franco guy on Twitter wants you to believe that news has leaked. I want to let you know that this is an AI creation. This is not real. I had nothing to do with this, and this is not any kind of contract announcement. Letterbuck.
Welcome, everyone, to the Minnesota Morning Show on KSOM.
It's not. I don't even know what KSOM is. I'm going to look it up. I have not been chosen to host the morning show on KSOM. I have not talked to anybody from this KSOM. This is an AI creation made by a fan on Twitter. This is not a real thing.
Welcome, everyone, to the Minnesota Morning Show on KSOM.
See, that's not me. I don't talk like that. Look at that. Bring that guy back up there. My face is much more, it's not as long as that guy. My hairline is straighter. That guy's is a little more pronounced. I mean, this guy's not wearing any glasses. My eyes aren't that puffy underneath. If I take off my glasses, my eyes are not that puffy under. I have much more youthful eyes than that guy. That guy looks a lot older than I do. And I guess the other thing we could point out, I don't wear a dashiki or whatever the fuck that dress is he's wearing. But this, I will have you know again, this is not an official announcement.
Welcome, everyone, to the Minnesota Morning Show on KSOM.
I will say, I think the guy doing that voice would make a very good morning broadcaster. I think he'd do a great job. But that's not me. I will not be working at a place called KSOM. I don't know what it is. KSOM Radio. Western Iowa Today. 95.7. I don't, what's Western, what the fuck is in Western Iowa? Who is in, what town is in Western Iowa? Is it Ames? They're in Atlantic, Iowa. Atlantic, Iowa population. 6,700 people. Oh, so this is like the KLFD of that area. That's like the station that I started at. Okay. Well, good for them. Fantastic. But no, I won't be working there. And it doesn't look like it doesn't look like a Somali or African station. MSO says, just curious, did any money come in? Did you make the goal from this morning? $20 came in, but no, we did not make it. We did not make it. The good thing about missing on a Monday is that you have all of the rest of the week to try and go over by a little bit and cobble it back together. I'm not giving up on the experiment. I still think it's wonderful. I still think it's been working great, and I enjoy doing the shows a lot more when we do it that way. One miss, like I said, revenue's been going up. Oz gets back to me, and he's really excited to do the show, and he's pumped, and then you can't get a hold of him for a week. Oz is still Oz. So, you know, maybe we won't be paying Oz anytime soon. Maybe missing those goals will be more and more forgivable as the Rumble ad revenue and the Rumble creator program revenue continues to go upward. Rusty Grammar with $1 says, don't be a teetotaler, whatever. Rob with $5 says, thanks for the shout out. No problem, buddy. Thanks for the $5, now $7. That's very nice of you. Redbird with $2 says, I deeply regret missing this morning's show. On the subject of orangutans, until you provide proof that orange monkeys smash 12-year-old girls in the head with rocks and grape them, I'll take a 1-to-1 trade. I did. There were a couple comments on today's show where people were saying that they were having a hard time containing themselves at work during the orangutan Somali bit. It's good to know that we're still known on this program for being disgusting, divisive, racially insensitive shock jocks. It's I like to think of myself as more highbrow than that. And when we get comments where people are saying, I laughed so hard today at work, people were staring at me, I'm like, oh, this will be a great comment to read. Let's see what it says. Because of the bit where you compared Somali IQ to orangutans. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I thought maybe I turned a phrase at some point. I thought maybe I said something elaborate and dignified, but witty. No, they just liked the Somali stuff. That was it. Welcome to the show tonight. If you're just joining us, hit like, hit follow, hit subscribe. We're climbing up. We're at 153. We're halfway home. Want to get to 300 on these evening shows, so make sure you're hitting thumbs up, hitting subscribe, hitting follow. And also, as we said, we're 11 memberships away from 500. If we hit that 500, I've got to give you an extra half hour tonight. And if you guys get super generous and we knock out the shortage from this morning, I got to go till 9:30. You guys get a 3.5 hour show. And my girlfriend doesn't get to see me. So you guys would ultimately be the winners in that deal. All right, let's get into the frauds. The 4-8 Minnesota Vikings are first up. Bad news today. You guys remember the yelling and screaming and the, Aaron going mental when we got Adam Thielen? Well, it's over. The 13 weeks in, the Adam Thielen reunion project is over. Apparently, it was at the behest of Thielen, who wasn't getting on the field very much. I think he had like 6-7 catches all year long. Wide receiver Adam Thielen was a healthy scratch from the Sunday game, and then after the game, we released him. Adam Thielen had requested his release, basically saying, if you guys aren't going to give me playing time, I'd like to have a chance to sign on with somebody who's going to compete for a playoff spot. So Adam Thielen after he clears waivers, can be signed by anybody. If he he said this year is his last year. He's done playing football. So he does want to play for a contender and have one last shot at going to a Super Bowl. Adam Thielen's great. Look, I get it. He's not getting on the field. He's a veteran with a lot of experience, great numbers throughout his career. He'll come back to Minnesota for a Ring of Honor thing or something like that. We'll honor him years down the road. But right now, the guy still feels like he has a few weeks of football left in him, and he'd like to spend those last few weeks on a contending team. I don't blame him. I mean, the Vikings are a rudderless ship right now, and basically with 5 games left in the season, what you're looking for right now is you're hoping J.J. McCarthy in these 5 games improves to the point where you can feel good enough bringing him in next year to start again and continue to improve, because you have a lot of things to consider. Justin Jefferson said today he was just frustrated. That's why he didn't take any questions. He's loyal to the team. He believes in the team. He's not going anywhere. That's good to hear. I just really hope we don't take advantage of that and really put it to the test. I think everybody's got to be on the table right now, though, including Kevin O'Connell. I'm not much of a Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah guy. We can let him go. He can't draft. He can't evaluate talent. He picked out some terrible free agents this year. But if this team doesn't start showing improvement, I think you can even discuss Kevin O'Connell being on the hot seat. If not fired at the end of I think if we go 4-13, you can can everybody. If we don't win another game all season, you can can everyone, including maybe even ending the McCarthy experiment. Maybe you bring in Daniel Jones next year and you find a way to make cap room to pay him a shitload of money. But no matter what, if we do keep Kevin O'Connell, he starts next season on the hot seat. If the Cleveland Browns fire Kevin Stefanski, I wouldn't be against it. I think Kevin O'Connell, if he's going to stay here next year, I think he's got to give up a lot of control, play calling, personnel decisions. Also, if you get rid of Kevin O'Connell, who's to say you can't bring? Who's to say the coaching answer isn't in your front office in your building already? Brian Flores, who did a great job with the defense for the last few years, bring him in. Hire a Brian Daboll to be the offensive coordinator. You've got a chance to. I mean, my dream team, and this will never happen. My dream team would be Flores gets to coach, Brian Daboll's the offensive coordinator, and Mr. Row the Boat himself, PJ Fleck, gets to be the defensive coordinator. But I don't want him to leave the Gophers. I love PJ. But look, the last few games have been losses, and they've been ugly losses too. Really bad losses. And, Max Brosmer looked as lost as J.J. McCarthy, so maybe it's not a McCarthy issue. Maybe it's not a Brosmer issue. Maybe Kevin O'Connell is not the quarterback whisperer we thought he was. I mean, Kirk Cousins was already established and already great when O'Connell got here. Then you look at the other success story he had in Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold himself even credits a lot of that to Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco and playing behind Brock Purdy. So is Kevin O'Connell the quarterback whisperer? How different would things have been if the Minnesota Vikings had held on to Kirk Cousins for a couple of years? How different would things be if the Vikings tried to keep Daniel Jones or Sam Darnold a little harder? All right, I'll really throw you for a loop on this one. How different would things be if we went to get Aaron Rodgers, which I was against in the offseason? There's a lot of what ifs, but also a lot of these signings you made in the offseason, none of them panned out. I mean, Hargrave, Allen, Fries, Kelly, Isaiah Rodgers, all of these guys have been massive busts, and you spent hundreds of millions of dollars on these guys. So I think even if you fix the quarterback problem, this team has a lot of bigger issues. One big bright spot we got to point out, I think there's one piece of the Minnesota Vikings you can be really excited about, and that is that Dallas Turner is starting to turn into an absolute playmaking machine. Try not to forget this because we had such an ugly game. But I think his last 2 games, he has 4 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, a bunch of pressures. Dallas Turner is quietly having himself a season, and he might end up becoming that kind of Danielle Hunter-style player that we kind of need right now. If we go Dallas Turner 2025 stats, I think he's got like 6 sacks this year. Let's take a look. 5.5. Okay, 5.5 sacks, 2 fumbles forced. And this is, again, sharing time with Van Ginkel and Grenard and Eric Wilson, all these linebackers that we keep filtering through. You got Pace and Cashman in there as well. So arguably a part-time player, and he's got 5.5 sacks. I love what the kid's becoming. I do. I like Dallas Turner. But there's a lot of problems this team has, and you got to fix them through the draft. All great teams draft well, and we draft like shit. That's why I'd like to see Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah gone in the offseason. Don't let him touch another draft board. Kevin O'Connell can stay, but he's on the hot seat, and I think we got to bring in an offensive coordinator to call the plays. Let's go to Red Fox Mad. Let's see what you guys think. Red Fox Mad says, I like that shirt. It makes your big breasts stick out. Thanks, pal. Red Fox Mad then with another $1.99 says, John Gruden as GM or head coach for the Vikings. I've always loved John Gruden. I think what I really get pissed about is the way they kicked Gruden out of the league. And the way they kicked Gruden out of the league was they leaked his emails, and he called the commissioner a fag or something, which is awesome. That's great. That's what you should do. That's how you should privately email about the guy who runs the league, is you should call him that. Goodell got all pissy, turned it into a hate speech thing, and they canned Gruden from the Raiders. They basically forced him out. And that really sucks. I like Gruden. I think he's awesome. Would I like to have him here? Yeah. I'd love to have Gruden here. But I don't know if it's realistic. I really don't. Hey, Mikey with $1. Thank you very much. Redbird with $1 says, also, this is you picking out tonight's shirt. We'll check it out. Von Kaiser says half of Kwesi's draft picks aren't even on rosters. No. And then the guys he's let go are killing it. Nashawn Wright was a corner that we picked up in a trade for Andrew Booth, another draft pick of Kwesi's that didn't pan out. We cut Nashawn Wright, and now he's got 5 picks in Chicago this year. He's one of the league leaders in interceptions. Mekhi Blackman was a guy we drafted in the 3rd round who was doing really well, coming off an ACL injury. He was going to be solid. We inexplicably cut him and kept Jeff Okudah and Isaiah Rodgers. And now he's, I can't remember where Mekhi Blackman landed, but he's doing well. I want to say Indianapolis. And he's having a good year. We let Ed Ingram, an offensive guard, go because he was trash. He's a Pro Bowler right now in Houston. He's having an incredible season. The offensive line coach has to go because we keep investing tens and hundreds of millions of dollars into the offensive line, and it still fucking sucks. It ain't the players. And I think we're finding out in a lot of these situations, maybe it's not the players as much as it's the personnel leading them. Taste Fairy Ialto says, Isaiah is the only one of those guys that's worth a damn. Go look a little bit closer. Isaiah Rodgers has been getting burned. He's a poor tackler. He had that great game against Cincinnati when he was picking off Jake Browning. Don't let that fool you. Isaiah Rodgers is shaky. Byron Murphy had that great year last year, which allowed him to cash in and get a big contract extension. He's done jack shit ever since. Harrison Smith is, he's old. He's not a playmaker anymore. We got a lot of problems. We got a lot of guys that had career years last year who have come back down, what do they say, regress to the mean, if you will. Taste Fairy Ialto says, at least the Gophers won the axe this weekend. That's right. Paul Bunyan's axe is back in Minnesota, baby. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Thank you guys very much for tuning in tonight. Thank you for your generosity. We appreciate you being here. Again, 11 memberships away from 500, and if we knock down that number, I go until 9 today. This was not me picking out a shirt today. I don't like any of these. I love immigrants, Tylenol, abortion, and Bad Bunny. When have I ever said any of those things? Number one, I'd like to close down H-1B visas. I like Trump's immigration policy. I wish it would go a little further. I am an Advil man. Everybody should know that. Abortion, it's a bad look. I think you're killing a baby. I'm not about to tell a pregnant woman that I'm not involved with what she should or shouldn't do. I don't like it. I wish people wouldn't do it. Bad Bunny, I don't fucking get it. So I would like to refute your claims that you made in that shirt. And who was that? That was 191 Redbird. No. Taste Fairy Ialto says, I still think Brett Favre could sling it better than half these quarterbacks in the league. Hey, I watched that Brett Favre documentary on Netflix. I didn't realize what a pervert, what a dog Brett Favre was like his entire career, not just like the Jen Sturger thing. And I forgot how goddamn hot Jen Sturger was. That Jets host lady. Oh, my God. I forgot. I always thought, like, when Brett Favre got busted sending pictures of his cock to that Jen Sturger, I always thought that it was like, oh, yeah, she's all right. But no, she was, Brett swung for the fences on that one. It was really creepy, though, because in an interview she gave, she said, she goes, one thing that creeped her out about Brett Favre wanting her was she realized how much she looked like a younger version of Brett's wife, which is it's creepy. Dinkelman says, but we can't talk about PJ Fleck having another useless year at 7-5 and another useless bowl game. There is so much talent in Minnesota that we can't keep home because we don't win. Dinkelman, I hear you. I get it. I love PJ. I think Gopher football is an 8 to 10 win program that goes to bowl games and wins those bowl games. What do you want us to be? I mean, I'm glad that we're having these above 500 seasons in the Big Ten, because I thought when they brought the Pac-10 in that we were fucked. I mean, Oregon, USC, Washington, UCLA, all these schools coming in when we got Indiana, Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, all Iowa, all of these different programs. It's not that in-state recruits don't want to come to Minnesota because of our record or anything like that. We don't keep in-state recruits because when Ohio State comes knocking, or USC comes knocking, or pick any other team, Florida State, LSU, Alabama, Georgia, when any of those programs come calling, who are you going to get a better chance to showcase your skills to the NFL to? Minnesota or being a Bulldog or Roll Tide? You know, you got a better chance elsewhere. It ain't PJ's fault that we can't keep in-state recruits at a high level. We're not Ohio State. And then with NIL money, you know, we don't throw around as much of that as other schools do. So I don't blame PJ for that. We're going to bowl games. We're winning more games than we're losing. It's one of those. My thing about PJ and the Gophers is this. Keep winning 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. And then you get one recruiting class. You get a couple of playmakers in it. Boom. You take off for 10, 11, maybe 12 wins. You get a shot at maybe getting in the Big Ten title game. And then back to 6, 7, 8 wins, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins. I think that's the Gopher way. We're never going to be Ohio State. I think, look, we've made this mistake before thinking Glenn Mason wasn't shit. Remember, Glenn Mason, we're just winning 7 or 8 games and going to the Music City Bowl. Tired of this shit. All right, here's Tim Brewster. You want to be 2-10? Exactly. Shut up. So, I mean, with Glenn Mason, he would win 7 or 8 games, and we'd bust out for a 10-win season, go to a New Year's Day Bowl, and finish the season ranked. I think that's the best you can hope for if you're the Minnesota Golden Gophers. By the way, I know this one. The bowl game that we're projected to go to, that the Gophers are projected to be in, the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl at Yankee Stadium. Oh, you like that? Fauci's Pangolin says, so Brett has a type, kind of like a host I know. You want to attack my stepson, you bastard?
You little bastard, you attack my stepson?
How do you not love Mark Levin, that piece of shit Jewish fraud? Oh, I hate him. All right, guys, thank you very much. I think are we done with football? I think we're done with football. So, the question I posed tonight was, who's the bigger fraud, the Minnesota Vikings or the state of Minnesota, Governor Walz, all of the fraud that's going on there? We've talked about the Vikings. We've discussed the Vikings. Now let's discuss the other matter. Tim Walz, Somali community, rampant Medicaid fraud, welfare fraud, what have you. This is from a CBS News report over the weekend. This is the media all over. So Somali immigrants are ripping us off to the tune of billions of dollars. We just have to grin and bear it. If you so much as allude to the fact that maybe we should send them all back and not take any more in, that's racist, that's bigoted. Now look, if Somalis were contributing to the GDP in massive numbers, like crushing Mexicans, crushing Asians, Indians, Nigerians, if they were just killing everybody, not, Allahu Akbar, I mean like economically, then, and you were saying, oh, we should get rid of them all and not take in anymore. Yeah, that would be prejudice. That would be racist. But if a group of people is overrepresented in an elaborate multi-billion-dollar fraud scheme, you're not kicking them out because they're black people from Africa. You're kicking them out because you don't think your state can afford to keep them around because they're parasitically feeding upon you. All right? This is a state that turned a $17 billion surplus into a $5 billion deficit. We got to cut some fat. And when it comes to the Somali community, everyone wants to talk about these fraud programs. Everyone wants to talk about the Feeding Our Future scandal and the Medicaid scandal and the daycare scandal and the autism scandal. Everyone wants to talk about those things. Nobody, it kind of hides how much Somalis cost in general in terms of welfare programs, food stamp programs, which there was also fraud in Somali grocery stores on that one as well. We don't talk about the social services that we give out legitimately to refugees that came here and can't keep up with a first world economy. Look, if Somalis were kicking ass, graduating from college, getting great jobs, raising the GDP, let's roll. Let's do it. I don't give a shit. I can't be bothered. But if your legacy is being on welfare and stealing billions of dollars from the state that saved your ass, I'm sorry, I don't feel like we should be able to be guilted into keeping you around. So this is a news report that CBS News ran. And if you want to wonder where Alpha News comes from, if you want to find out why all these renegade news organizations show up, it's because CBS News runs shit like this.
I'm not comfortable sometimes because when I drive, when I'm sitting somewhere, not comfortable like before.
She says the president's recent focus on the Somali community is unnerving.
What he said, we've affected all communities. We know some people, they make fraud, but not all.
Late Thursday.
I hate that. We know some Somalis make fraud, but not all. Right. No, if it was all, that would be insane. That's a fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me kind of thing. If ever, I hate that that's always like the retort where people go, oh, well, it's not every single, well, no shit, it's not every single Somali committing fraud. But that's not a counter argument. I mean, we're just talking about the fraud, and that's enough to go, all right, send them away. But we haven't talked about the gang violence. We haven't talked about the welfare dependency. We haven't talked about the cost of bringing them over, chain migration. We haven't gotten to a lot of the issues that make the Somalis more trouble than they're worth. We're just getting to the fraud part. And the governor's only defense of that was he said, Somalis aren't the only ones committing fraud. Oh, that's great. And the other defense is, well, not every Somali commits fraud. Okay. I mean, I guess, but that's not really a defense of this whole thing.
Night, President Trump used a slur for people with intellectual disabilities to describe Governor Tim Walz.
Which I will agree, that was wrong. Mentally retarded people did nothing to deserve being compared to Tim Walz, and I wish Donald Trump would make that clear. I wish he would make it clear that he called Tim Walz retarded, but he didn't mean it in a way to demean mentally retarded people. He meant it to demean Tim Walz. If that helps. No, I don't. Just watching our news report this and realize that they've abandoned us and they are just so not on our side. You know, to watch our news coverage be, oh, look at these Somalis. They're so scared. You know who else is scared? The elderly handicapped person who can't get services now because they ripped off the program so badly and defrauded it so badly that we just had to do away with the damn thing. They're not feeling so good right about now either. And then, oh, Donald Trump attacked the governor. You're lucky all he called him was retarded. Jesus, I mean, the guy has sat there and allowed this nation to be stolen from and has not lifted a finger to do anything to prevent it. I mean, nobody looked at the Feeding Our Future scandal and went, I know that restaurant, or Google the restaurant. It's a little shoebox on Lake Street in Minneapolis. There's no fucking way they're serving 4,000 kids a day lunch. That's not happening. But no, they just go, oh, 4,000 kids a day. That sounds feasible everywhere in the world. Cut them a check for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so they did. But how does the news cover it? Oh, these poor Somalis. They feel so threatened. Let me ask you something. What would happen in their country if you stole that much money? Okay, fine, wait. If their country had that much money to begin with, what would they do to you if they caught you defrauding them, lying to them, and stealing money from the Somali government? I mean, you feel threatened here? Bullshit. We're not allowed to say anything about you. If we say anything critical about you, we're racist. Your community can steal billions of dollars, take welfare money, the whole deal, do the chain migration thing, form gangs, take over neighborhoods, play that fucking obnoxious call to prayer 5 times a day in public in the Cedar Riverside neighborhood. But if we so much as say, hey, we don't like what you guys are doing here, then all of a sudden we got to be ridden out on a rail because we're racist. And you feel threatened? That's rich. I'm sorry, but it's a pattern in that particular religion to play victim, play scared until you have the advantage. It happens too much. I don't think it's clandestine or evil. I don't think they intend it to be bad. I think it's just ingrained in who they are. Lie on your belly, play victim, and then when the time is right, take off the mask. Rob with $5. Thank you, pal. Says, could you imagine if any group back in the early days pulled this crap? The Irish were getting their ass handed to them just for showing up and working hard. Rob, God bless you, and God bless our Irish brothers and sisters. Let's be very clear, especially in New York, the Irish were a fucking nightmare for a long time. the Irish were fucking problems. All right? Italians, too. But, I mean, it's not that the Somalis are a problem. It's not just that. It's that we're allowing it. Our government allows it because if we say anything critical, I mean, the whole reason we couldn't be looking at the books and the reason we couldn't be looking into this fraud for so long is because CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations, would file lawsuits and injunctions against the state of Minnesota, accusing them of Islamophobia because we wanted to see if these programs were on the up and up. It's not just that they're a problem. It's that nobody's doing anything about it. And anybody who tries to do something decent about it gets ridden out of town on a rail. That, like, to me, that's the problem. But hey, guys, again, that Somali lady says she doesn't feel safe here. Thank you very much, Rob, for that $5. I appreciate it. 11 memberships away from 500. We almost made it to that 600 number last week. We did not get there. The memberships did slow down. Let's see if we can pick them up one at a time. 11 memberships away from 500. I appreciate it, you guys. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. 219 is the number right now. That's not great. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe. And hopefully, I'm kind of hoping that the evening shows at some point will find their bottom. They're not finding their bottom. They keep going down and down. I don't know what to do because I don't want to make the evening shows heavy. I want to make them more light, free-flowing and whatever. It's just, I would understand if both shows were taking a hit, but only one is. You know, so it's not steel toe in general. It's something about the evening shows. And, shit. Well, hopefully we figure it out tonight. All you guys can do is hit like, hit share, and throw us some donations. Throw us a couple of bucks. We appreciate it. That's how we survive here on the toe. And as I said, this morning was, it didn't hurt as much because, things, revenue-wise, things have been going well, but $125 miss in the morning, especially on a good show. If I came in hungover and disheveled and all of that shit, that's one thing. But, whoa. I'm surprised at how well I took it, too. Smiling and happy and great show, everybody. I'm making myself sick. I really am a gross guy. Hey, if I could talk to Eagles fans for a moment, you people are psychotic, but I think you already knew that. The Eagles are the weirdest first-place team I've ever seen. They're in first place in the NFC East. They're the defending Super Bowl champions. They're going to go back to the playoffs. And their fans are in full-on meltdown, pissed off at their team. The players are pissed off at the team. There's all kind of dissension and drama and backbiting going on in the locker room. And I'm sitting here at 4-8 going, I wish one of our guys would throw a cooler or something. You guys are on your way to a division title and the playoffs, and you're ready to rip each other's throats out. Some of the fans even found out where the offensive coordinator of the Eagles lives and showed up to throw rocks at his house. Now, these are the same Eagles fans who found a 100-year-old story about a 100-year-old Vikings fan named Millie before the 2017 NFC Championship game. And after they kicked the shit out of us, walked down the streets of Philadelphia with a sign that said, "Fuck Millie." So these people are heartless bastards. Philadelphia Eagles fans. But showing up to commit vandalism against your offensive coordinator, that's a fucked up culture.
Kevin Patullo K, get the fuck out of Philly, go Birds, dickhead.
Yeah, those are rocks they're throwing. So they filmed themselves committing what I guarantee is a felony. And by the way, Philly Eagles, the whole Eagle culture is such a fucked up culture that I bet you because I don't think the offensive coordinator was home, that the offensive coordinator saw this video and he looked and he goes, "No, I get it. We're struggling. It's tough right now, so I understand their frustration." It's so being passionate is so ingrained in Philadelphia fans that a coach sees rocks getting thrown at his house, and instead of going, "What the fuck is wrong with them? Do we have to have security out there to shoot these guys? What the hell are we supposed to do?" The offensive coordinator there goes, "Yeah, we could be putting out more yards per game and turning the ball over less, and we got to revamp the game plan a little bit. My play calling's been off." No, I understand. I don't know what will make these people happy. Eagles fans are insane. You got a Super Bowl. You're still winning. I know you're struggling. You lost to the Bears. Let me see. You guys are at what, 7-5? You're 8-4. You're a game and a half ahead of the Cowboys because they have that funky ass tie on their record. You're a game and a half ahead of the Cowboys. You're 8-4. You've got the Chargers next. They're meh. The Chargers are meh. That's a week from today. Then you're at home against the Raiders. You'll kill them. Then you go to Washington to play the Commanders. You'll win. You go to Buffalo to play the Bills. That one might not be so easy. Then you got the Commanders at home. You're going to go 12-5 this year. You're going to go 12-5. You're going to have a shot at having a first-round bye. You're going to be okay. You don't need to go find the coaches and throw rocks at them. Jesus. 09 Canyon says that Millie thing was terrible, but part of me appreciates that they keep to their normal pattern. Yeah, there is something admirable about not letting the fact that she's a sweet, decent, passionate fan of the Vikings old lady, and you still basically told her to go fuck off. I mean, at least you didn't let it stop you from being who you are. McBuster says, Nick Scarfo, enough said. What are they so pissed about? I thought he was a good coach. I thought they liked Nick Sirianni there in Philly. You got, who's the guy, the receiver? Is it A.J. Brown? He's telling people, dump me on on your fantasy teams. I'm not getting the fucking ball anyway, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, Jesus. MSO says Millie was a Fed. Millie was a 100-year-old lady who just wanted to watch the Minnesota Vikings. She wanted to watch her favorite team go to a Super Bowl in their home stadium. She didn't need her name dragged through the streets of Philly. Now, look, if you want to walk through the streets and yell, fuck Millie, after we beat you, I can understand venting your frustrations. But you won. Do you need to kick the old lady into the dirt while you celebrate? And then they won the Super Bowl in 2017, proving that there's no justice in this world. The good guys didn't win. McBuster says Pennsylvania is one of the most miserable states next to Germany. Dumb Huns. Oh, well, thanks. 325 Charles says it's in the beer. That place is sloshed by 9 a.m. and the Sunday Mimosa Bar opens at 5 a.m. It's all a bad yeast infection in Philadelphia. I mean, they're not the classiest people. That's for sure. Hey, I see MSO in the chat, and he doesn't have a membership. Guys, please, if you will. All right, now we're climbing a bit. 235 is our number over on Rumble Studio. We're getting warmed up. Keep hitting like, keep hitting subscribe, keep hitting follow. I want to see both that Rumble and YouTube number go up. That's unnerving. Also, the fact that, throw some work in there, guys. Appreciate it. 11 memberships away from 500. We need to bounce back a little bit, but I'm not going to mention the thing because we're not mentioning the thing, but we do have to. So, Monday evening shows, I forget. Monday evening shows are always my easiest. No freaking out, no worrying, no wondering. Let's go back to this one because I actually do have some expertise on this one as someone who's done play-by-plays and has worked with a headset many times. A lot of people thought that Rodney Harrison, the commentator for NBC's Sunday Night Football, was having a stroke on the air. They were worried that Rodney, who was a safety for the New England Patriots for years and years, they were worried that Rodney, some people were like, oh my God, is he getting CTE on the air? It doesn't work that way. Is this a sign of brain damage? Is he having a mini stroke? What's wrong with Rodney? I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to spoil it for you a little. Rodney was working with an earpiece, as a lot of play-by-play and live television people do. They work with an earpiece, and there's always producers talking in your ear while you're doing the show. So you think these guys just have this easy job where one dickhead asks another dickhead a question, and that dickhead answers the question, and then back to you, main dickhead, and that's how the show goes. But these guys are telling them where to stand. They're telling them how to talk. They're telling them what point to bring up. And you have to listen to that while also speaking clearly, expressing your thoughts, not getting lost in what the guy's telling you. I think what happened here is either Rodney Harrison got some bad news, some unexpected news, or somebody wouldn't shut the fuck up in his earpiece as he was being talked to by Tony Dungy. Some people are saying that he had some kind of a brain fog moment. You guys decide.
Just disorganized in the run defense. I think they get their young running backs going tonight and then take shots to your favorite guy, Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, I look at... I forgot the group.
Washington defense from that group. Best way to attack that group tonight, do you believe?
Best way to attack them.
What have you seen from Washington's defense?
I'm sorry. They just don't have... It's a lot of stuff going on. I'm sorry. They don't have a lot of discipline on the defensive side of the ball.
Yep.
That's it.
They sure don't. And I want to get over to something else.
Yeah, and then...
Coach, because I was looking at...
Yeah, so he said, I'm sorry, guys. And now people are looking at this clip and they're going, oh, my God, what happened to him? Is he having a stroke? If you keep watching the rest of that pregame show, Rodney Harrison was fine. He gave his hot takes. He gave his analysis, whatever. You can see him motion to his ear during the clip. You can see him go, I got a lot of stuff going on. So either somebody gave him some bad news or somebody wouldn't shut the fuck up in his earpiece. They were giving him way too many instructions. But it's clear he's not having a stroke. It's clear. And I understand the internet's penchant for the dramatic and they want it to be something juicy. But as soon as I saw this, I went, well, I've been there before. Somebody fucking either forgot to turn their microphone off in the truck or in the studio, and they're yapping away, and it's distracting the shit out of him. Or they're telling him something that's kind of forcing him to give that his whole attention, and he's not paying attention to what's going on at the desk. Let's watch the whole thing uninterrupted and see if you see it the same way.
Just disorganized in the run defense. I think they get their young running backs going tonight and then take shots to your favorite guy, Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, I look at... I forgot the group. I'm sorry.
Washington defense from that group. Best way to attack that group tonight, do you believe?
The best way to attack them. They don't
What
have
have you seen from Washington's defense?
I'm sorry. They just don't have... It's a lot of stuff going on. I'm sorry, guys. They don't have a lot of discipline on the defensive side of the ball.
Yep.
That's it.
They sure don't. And I want to get over to something else, too, Coach, because I was looking at Bo.
Yeah, it's just something happened. I'm guessing something, it seems like maybe like a family thing. Or something like that. People are saying CTE is so sad. Stuttering is a sign of a stroke. Check on him. Shut up. God damn it. People, this is the problem with hot take culture and Twitter and the internet and social media, is that everybody has a fucking thought that we used to hang on to and go, well, that's retarded. I shouldn't say that out loud, obviously. I'll get made fun of and dragged and everything else. People don't have that anymore. They just right at their fingertips and they go, stroke. And they got to get that out first before anybody else does. Instead of holding on to it and going, I think there would be more panic on the field if they thought this guy might be having a stroke live on television. I think they might be helping him out and getting him off the air. You know, it's kind of an Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is often the explanation. And the Occam's razor here is the producers wouldn't shut the fuck up in his ear. I don't know, man. When you're talking about football and you're setting up a pregame and everything like that, I don't know what they could say to you that's so important other than maybe you're out of frame, move over a little. I don't know why they got to be all in his ear talking a whole bunch of shit that he ain't trying to hear. Let's see if we have any updates on that. Again, I guarantee it was just the headset. Here we go. Rodney Harrison addresses concerning Sunday Night Football moment. He says, I was exhausted working on a few hours sleep, watching my son play Saturday night. I had 3 hours of sleep on Sunday and had to work all day. I was suffering from exhaustion, but I'm good. So that's it. You ever just not get enough sleep and you're doing something and you're really, really tired and someone talks to you and says something and you're staring right at them, but you got none of it? Kind of how I feel doing this show sometimes. You're staring right at them. They just told you something and you go, yeah, I'm sorry. I completely forgot what you said. What did you say again? So that, yeah, it makes sense. In fact, it makes perfect sense. It makes more than enough sense. I would have been okay with just some motherfucker wouldn't shut up in my earpiece. Atomic Ray with a gifted membership. That one going to Von Kaiser. Jesus. Thank you, Atomic Ray. I appreciate that. Hey, guys, 10 memberships away from 500. Please continue to help out the show and get us back on track. I appreciate it. I'm not giving up on our new gimmick, our new thing that helps me do the show that I like to do and that I've done for 10 years and doesn't force me to interrupt with something that I think is very undignified and makes us look pathetic. So please, help us out. We appreciate it. Again, we get to that 500 memberships. I go till 9. Maybe that's not a selling point. I don't know. Terrible numbers again tonight. Keep hitting like, keep hitting subscribe, keep hitting follow. I appreciate it. Let's see if we can do something, guys. Let's see if we can. Hey, let's make lemonade out of this evening show. Thanks again. Here's some great news. One of the 2 National Guardsmen that got shot by that Afghani immigrant over the weekend is awake. He's awake. He's responsive. It looks like he's going to pull through. Now, obviously, one of them did not. And that's going to be something that I think we're going to feel the effects of for a long time. For example, I don't think this is going to weaken the Trump administration wanting to put the National Guard into cities. If any, thing I think this is going to be kind of used as the catalyst that, hey, this is evidence that we need more law enforcement in these areas, that we need people to keep law and order in the streets. And if law and order returns to these cities where they're doing this, I think you're going to see other cities start to ask for it. I wasn't for the National Guard being sent in. I would like to see these cities maybe raise their police budget, train their officers, maybe more in the pre-2020 way and not the post-George Floyd way. Let them do their job. Let them fight crime, and then those numbers can go down, take a more hands-on, not a hands-off approach, broken window theory, enforcement of small crimes so you don't get the bigger ones. And then, of course, on the prosecution and judicial side, I mean, there's nothing the cops can do if the prosecutors and the judges won't put them the fuck away. If they keep letting violent felons out so that they can keep rolling the dice and eventually these crazy fuckers stab some innocent person, there's not really much the National Guard or the police can do at that point. So it's a multi-pronged approach. However, I don't think these National Guardsmen getting shot is going to have the desired effect that the shooter had. Now, wait a minute. Are we going to name the shooter in this news article? Oh, there we go. 29-year-old Rahmanullah Lakanwal. Shot Wolf and Beckstrom. Now, Beckstrom did not make it. Shot him with a .357 Smith & Wesson revolver. Following the attack, U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth announced that an additional 500 Guard troops will be called to the Capitol in response to the incident. Yeah, see, I mean, you can say, oh, I wonder if this is going to have an effect on the National Guard being deployed. Yeah, it is. They're going to deploy a shitload more. I heard from people that they've deployed the Guard down in Memphis. Are we good now? What a fucking disaster this week has been so far. All right, let's see if we can... All right, let's go ahead.
Attack in Washington, D.C. last Wednesday. The other Army specialist, Sarah Beckstrom, died from her injuries. And Morrissey provided an update on them and on some of the questions still out there about the ongoing mission in D.C. Our Anna Saunders joins us live from our state capitol. And Anna, we still have members serving in D.C. What's the latest on that?
That's right. About 170 members still serving there on a voluntary basis. Governor Morrissey said they're doing everything they can to support them and support the families right now.
Governor Patrick Morrissey said on Monday that Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf remains in serious condition, but has shown some signs of improvement.
We were told that Andrew was asked if he could hear the nurse who asked the question to give a thumbs up, and he did respond. And we were told that he also wiggled his toes. So we take that as a positive sign.
Boy, I guess really anything, huh? Kind of hoping for a little more than that, but at least he's alive. God, that's just a really shitty thing. And again, it's just, Charlie Kirk getting murdered, that ICE detainment facility getting sniped at, this shit here. Like, are you trying to speed run to fascism? Like, are you just trying to, are the people who call Trump a fascist just trying to do whatever they can to make it happen? Because if you keep pushing and you keep pushing, there's going to be a reaction. And that reaction is not usually everybody gets a lot more rights. Okay? And the government doesn't get too happy when you start killing their own.
Both Wolf and Army Specialist Sarah Beckstrom have been honored with vigils and displays all over the state. Morrissey says talks are still underway about bringing Beckstrom home and how she will be honored when she is.
I know there are a number of discussions that are underway, but this is going to be a situation where I'm going to defer to the family. But at the end of the day, I want to make sure that the family's wishes are carried out. And
I feel like this governor wouldn't let Somalis steal a bunch of money from his welfare programs. I don't know. I probably just, any port in the store, anything's better than the one we got, right? Anything's better than old Timmy Walz. Oh, shit. Well, guys, I'll check back in with you in a little bit. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. Help out the cause if you can. I'd appreciate it. Tough start to the week. Shit. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Keith Castillo, but you're about to be. Influencer, and they put influencer in quotes in this story. Keith Castillo says he's going on a nationwide tour. And this is kind of just an agent of chaos thing. This isn't a guy this isn't like a rebel without a cause, or this is a rebel without a cause thing. This isn't like a guy who's got an approach or a plan or he's going to do a thing. It's just a man who wants to see the world burn. And, I'm kind of in a place right now where I don't condone what he's doing, but to everybody who wants him to stop immediately, I just want to hold my arms out and go, no, wait. Let's let this play out. Let's let this hang a little bit. Let's see what happens. Keith Castillo wants to go nationwide, giving homeless people booze and machetes, claiming police told him it's legal. Now, kind of, right? Like, it's not illegal to hand someone a drink. It's not illegal to give someone a machete. I mean, shit, you can buy them at sporting goods stores. It's not illegal to go out and hand someone a football in public. So he decided he's going to do this. He's going to give homeless people booze and machetes. And by the way, he's not going to stick around to see what happens. He plans to hit New York, Las Vegas, and Los Angeles next, saying he's doing it mainly for clicks and views. I don't know, man. You catch me on the right day, I might say somebody should hack this guy up with one of the machetes, but you're catching me on a weird day today. Evening shows obviously have hit rock bottom. Morning show today was a great show with decent numbers, but, 125 minutes. Maybe you're just catching me in a real fuck it mood tonight. Maybe that's a lot of, I don't know, it's fun for me. I'm having a good time tonight. But I want to see how this plays out. Now, this is probably a proximity thing, too. Like, the closer it is to me, the less I'm going to feel that way. But I don't know. I feel like if you're still in L.A. or New York at this point, I mean, you'd better be Snake Plissken anyway. So let's take a look at Keith Castillo handing out booze and machetes to homeless people.
Can I get one more?
I can't. I gotta give it. I'll tell everybody. Yes.
Like this guy should not. This is like, if you were on the fence, is this a good idea or a bad idea? I think this picture right here tells you this is a terrible idea. And you know what's great for Keith Castillo? He's not going to be hanging around to see what happens. He's literally setting a fire in a crowded area and leaving.
Right.
One of these.
Look at that. Oh, man, I ain't got no reason to live. You want a sharp object that you can hack somebody to death with? Oh, hell yeah, man. Thank you very much. This is going to go great.
Here you go. You're welcome. There you go. This is mine on stage.
Yo, you ain't got no Glocks, homie? What the fuck?
You're welcome. All right. There you go.
Okay, see, now this one's great. She can almost be like a one-woman cavalry, where, like, she can wheel in, and she can be wielding the machete at the same time. But it's wheelchairs. See, now that one has potential.
I don't want to die for them to miss me. Yes, I see the things that they wishing on me.
Oh, they're handing out, he's handing out rail vodka. Oh, that hits different. That shit smells like bug spray. I got to be real with you guys. I got to ask you a question. Oh, I won't be real with you. I'll still be mildly phony, but I want to ask you a question. The last few communities that he's handed the machetes out to, did your opinion on the idea of this thing change? When he, like, the people he was handing it to at the beginning, like the guy with the no teeth and everything, versus the people he's handing the machetes to now, did it change your opinion at all? Congratulations, then you're not racist. If it did change your opinion at all, I've got terrible news for you. You know what? I've got...
But I'm afraid
I've got some bad news.
You hate black people.
Hope I got some brothers that outlive me. They gon' tell the story.
He better get enough views to monetize this video here because, a handle of vodka and a machete, it's going to add up. By the way, this white guy with the beard is staring at everybody with their machetes and booze, and he's like, oh, fuck, I'm getting robbed tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Wait, did that guy already have like a mini sledge or something? What the fuck is he wielding? Oh, he's got a cane.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a pimp cane. Okay.
There you go. Need some protection out here. You know what I'm saying? Here. Hell yeah. Out here, you know? You're welcome. Oh, yeah. I'll go over there. I'll hand him.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man.
Big ass sword. You want one? You're welcome.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to give that guy down there one, you got to give me a chance to fight back. I mean, is this better or worse than organizing bum fights? Because organizing bum fights is like bottom of the barrel, really giant piece of shit, that kind of a thing to do. Is this better or worse than that?
Let's feed the homeless. Today
All
I'm
right.
going to be making something special for people.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Fireball and Lucy's. This is going to be great. Goes great with your fucking machetes and rail vodka.
Because of the government shutdown being in effect, there are a lot of struggling people out here. Everyone deserves a good meal, and I'm very grateful to be able to use my privilege to give back however I can.
This is great. This isn't keeping any of these people in a cycle of dependency or a cycle of alcoholism. This is good. That's if there's one thing homeless people need on their journey, it's alcoholic libations to wet their whistle. This is a great idea. Oh, and of course, weapons. How else do you fight invisible dragons that are hanging on that wall? Oh, nice. This is like fucking Halloween. He's back for more. He wants some more smokes. Look at that. Well, what's his name? Keith? Is it Keith Mitchell? I mean, he came up with a gimmick, right? Oh, Keith Castillo. I'm sorry, not Keith Mitchell. Keith Castillo. I mean, he came up with a gimmick. It's unfortunate that that gimmick is let's arm the homeless and then ply them with booze, but it's a gimmick nonetheless. It's something new. At least he's not pretending to give a shit. I'm trying to find the positives in this because I'm in a mood tonight where I don't think I really give a shit that he's doing this. Thank you to Von Kaiser for gifting a membership. Appreciate that, pal. That's very nice of you. We need more of those, by the way. We are now 8 memberships away from 500, so please and thank you. $2 from Pool Scam Sam says, can you read the school lunch menus already? Pool Scam Sam, you throw in another 5 and give me the town, and I'll make that happen for you. TDR Shit Show with $5 says the issue with the show is quite simple. Bring back April, problem solved. Sir, sure she had smaller tits than you, but at least it was something to look at without being gay. I mean, we did quite well after April left. But yeah, we just, we've been slowing down. Shit. Just been slowing down. Help us not slow down. Hey, you're picking up a little bit. YouTube's not, but Rumble is. Fucking YouTube. By the way, a bunch of other channels just got demonetized and taken down on YouTube. They are really just, forget it. If you want to be an organically catching on creator, you're done. It's toast. The new AI shit that they have now is just getting rid of people. It's just getting rid of them, and they're making the way for the big corporate media entities. They're going to be catering to them. But we did get to 269. Hit like, hit follow, hit subscribe. Gift those memberships. We would appreciate it a whole lot. PayPal, Streamlabs, Venmo. Petron says, do we get Italian dunkers this weekend? Or this week? I don't know. I would love to check out a school lunch menu. Would also like to make some money. Roots Calhoun says I could start an army of hobos with less than what this dude is handing out. Yeah. I don't think an army of homeless people is what we're going for, though. I think we do want to get them off the street, but not at machete point. That's not. See, like, I appreciate what this guy's doing just for the sheer, like, mayhem and panic of the whole thing. Like, the whole, I'd like to see what happens. But in terms of, like, a practical way of running a society, no, I don't like this. And quite frankly, it should scare the shit out of the people who live there. No Pen 15 Fathead gifting a membership on YouTube. Thank you. Let's run this shit. 8 memberships away from 500. Oh, I don't want to be a 2-time loser tonight. I'm getting really close to breaking my experiment, but fuck, I'm losing. All right, let's go to Alex Stein. We got an Alex Stein clip. We're going to keep jumping. Thank you guys for the contributions. Keep them coming. I appreciate it. You have no idea. We just celebrated 5 years of doing this independently. I've listened to everything you guys have had to say. Aaron, don't do drama. Aaron, don't do this. Aaron, don't do that. I have cleaned it all up. We're doing the show as it were. Thank you very much. Keep supporting it, and we're going to be just fine. Let's do this Alex Stein clip from Misery Loves Clips. I thought this was great. As you know, we love this fella. He's a colorful character. He's
Wanna fuck? Let's fuck!
He's a guy from Minnesota. He's kind of the anti-me. He's the opposite of me. You know, we got a polished broadcast morning show, morning zoo kind of a thing, shock jock kind of a deal going on here. Karmic is really more avant-garde. Karmic is more drink a lot of booze, play a lot of weird EDM, yell and scream like a lunatic, and let your chat put you on tilt. He's really come on the scene in the last year and really blown people away. I like him. I think he's great. Hell, I discovered the guy, had him on my show. I launched the guy's career. I made Karmic what he is, and I know he doesn't like that. But the prodigal son always rails against his father and eventually comes home to seek forgiveness. And when Karmic decides to do that, his father will be sitting with open arms, patiently waiting for him. Well, somebody decided to ask Alex Stein, and I don't know what Alex is up to since the Blaze dropped him. I did see recently that he's doing some kind of speaking engagement with a bunch of guys in Florida. But I don't know what he's doing for like a show, what he's doing for his new gimmick or anything like that. But he was doing some kind of stream, and somebody asked him about like a rookie of the year in terms of internet streaming. And Alex gave his endorsement. And look, as much as I like to say that I made Karmic and he's my creation, this might be the biggest endorsement he's ever gotten.
He's going, oh, $2 super chat. Thank you. Here's your vote for Dabbleverse Rookie of the Year.
By the way, you guys got to kill that Dabbleverse thing. I know I told you that like 2 years ago, and I am always right about this stuff, and it does come true, just like the YouTube thing and everything else. You guys are getting into places where you can't go back. I mean, you're enabling like schizophrenics. You're enabling like people who are going to take it way too far, and this is going to end very, very poorly. But by all means, I know you guys can't make money doing a real show. I know you can't draw viewers doing a real show. I know you guys got to start a little kind of a group therapy circle. I think you got to end that thing. You really do. I mean, don't let me stop you. Fuck, we sit on the outside. We laugh at everybody. We're not part of any of this shit. But like, you guys, you've really dove, like, nobody thought you guys could get deeper into the garbage. You're in the shit, guys. You're pitiful. Everybody pities you.
You know who this is. I mean, it's got to be Felicia Gillespie's boyfriend and our Karmic X. Newcomer of the Year 2025, Dabbleverse Rookie of the Year, Karmic X. Mark it down. It's already signed, sealed, delivered. I mean, does Mersh count as a Dabbleverse newcomer? Because he is kind of new to it this year, even though him and Royce did coin the phrase. So I guess I think that would exclude.
No, I think John coined the phrase with Chrissy Mayer. really. But no, Mersh is kind of a guy that people watch to kind of laugh at. He's been a gimmick for a long time with the drinking and everything else. Mersh is also a guy I really kind of envy his pro wrestling ability, because Mersh can make shit up in his own head, project it onto the world to the point where he believes it. It's really something. I remember one time he was going, I'm making a lot of money and it's making Aaron mad. I'm like, I could not care less. I don't give a shit if you make a lot of money. I mean, I want you to be able to keep your car on the road and out of the impound lot. So yes, I hope. Don't worry, that won't make me mad. And then like he was getting shit on for something, and people were telling him like, yeah, Imholt's got the right idea, something like that. And then Chad went to Mersh's house, and then Mersh goes, yeah, Aaron tweeted about it, and he got ratioed. And I'm like, I don't remember that. So I went back through my tweets. He literally made that entire scenario up. He's like, he endorsed Chad and said what Chad was doing was a really good thing, and he got ratioed for it. And I'm like, ooh. I'm like, it must be getting really bad for Mersh. He's literally making up his realities. I feel like he's playing a video game, and then he forgets that the video game isn't real life and thinks what happened in the video game happened in real life. It was really, really weird. So no, Mersh is just, it's like watching a star explode. You know, people are watching it for the explosion. Whereas with Karmic, I mean, the kid's a star. The kid's a star. So it's nice to see Alex Stein endorse that. And I just wanted to play that real quick. I want to thank you guys for not giving a dime to this fucking show when we talk about that stupid horse shit. Thank you. Moving on. Numbers shit. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. This happened today. Speaking of the Minnesota fraud stuff, we'll just keep going here. That Minnesota Department of Human Services employees account, the one where people were whistleblowing and the employees at the Minnesota Department of Human Services were talking about what Governor Walz knew and when he knew it and all that. X shut it down. They shut it down earlier this afternoon. Now, it has been brought back since. But you couple that with that story we were talking about today, where X is now going to start employing a tiered algorithm where they're going to allow for certain news topics and certain discussion pieces, and others are going to be suppressed in the algorithm, you know, for our own good. I'm sorry, but I can't sit here and, just to be polite and nice, pretend that there isn't collusion in all these social media organizations. YouTube starts deleting channels. YouTube starts demonetizing channels. YouTube starts strangling the reach of any channel that says Jewish or Israel, to the point where now people are bleeping them out of their videos. Remember when people said I was nuts 2 weeks ago when I said they're really starting to come after our channel and take down shows now? They're taking down some of our shows in the past because we recently started getting really critical of Israel where we'd never talked about it before. People are like, you're paranoid, you're this and that. And I'm like, I didn't go off on those people because I knew I was right and I knew they were wrong. So I'm like, I'll just be patient like every fucking other thing I do, because I know this shit and how it works. I'll just wait until it comes true, and I'll try to be humble about it. Well, it's happening now. YouTube is choking off reach to organic follows. Twitter is now talking about how it's going to a tiered algorithm where it's going to keep certain shit out of the news. Guys, the mainstream media corporations weren't just going to go, oh, people don't watch TV or read newspapers anymore. Well, I guess we'll go quietly into the good night. No, they're going to invade the spots that other people are in and use their vast wealth, resources, and influence to elbow their way in. And that's what they're doing. And these social media companies are going to cater to them. It was a great run for the independent creator, but that time is over. They're going to get strangled off. They're going to get lowered in the algorithm. They're not going to be able to go out there. Look, I don't like Tim Pool, but he did say something that I think was pertinent, albeit I think he made the point accidentally. All of these political talk shows, all of these political channels from big to small, they're going to start seeing their views go down. And not because people don't want to see their content, not because people aren't interested in what they're talking about. YouTube is just plain not going to put it out there. That Lily Gaddis, she's kind of an edgelord chick who likes to use the N-word. She had her YouTube channel demonetized. And, you know, again, I try to be humble, but I've been telling people for years, have backup plans. Corey Adam taught me this. Have backup plans. Have other streaming services. These people's YouTube get deleted, and they're like, that's my whole way I make a living. That's my... Dude, it's barely my second platform, YouTube. I pissed on YouTube. Rumble's number one for us, and some days X is number two. I don't know. I'm exaggerating a little there, but like all these people became so beholden to these large social media companies thinking they weren't fucking owned by Alphabet. You got to diversify and you got to promote them all because they are going to burn this fucking thing down. The only place you're going to be allowed to have a show and try to scrape by is on these smaller independent streaming services because that will be their niche. YouTube is going to be for the big boys. You can fight it all you want and beg for scraps at Mass's table, or you can plan ahead. I would prefer that you plan ahead. TDR Shit Show gifting 10 memberships. Jesus Christ, thank you. Oh my God. That is so helpful. Thank you, TDR Shit Show. Guys, we need a few more like that. I mean, if you could just throw one in there, that would be wonderful. Make it fucking go, baby. Let's do it. TDR Shit Show with the 10 gifted memberships. Now we got to update that. MSO says the algorithm is denying me a membership. Dude, if you don't get a membership out of this run here, this 10, I don't know what to tell you. So that's TDR Shit Show now at $60. He's in second place ahead of Joey Caravello. TDR Shit Show 60. Joey Caravello at 45. Grand Poobah in fourth at 30. And Jacob is in central booking with 30. And now Red Fox Mad falling out of the top 5 at 27. Thank you, guys. Thank you, TDR Shit Show. Oh, my God. Thank you so much. Now, everybody jump in on that, and I can have less of a heart attack over my failure that is Monday. Bapa Shab says under 200, it's Tover. We're at 277 right now. So I guess we still can hit 300. But it's going to be tough. YouTube, hit like. You're way behind. Rumble, even you're down a little bit from where you usually are. Hit like, hit follow, hit subscribe. Keep pushing. Let's go. So now I have to go until 9. So we have another hour and 40 because you guys did get up over 500 memberships. Now we're 98 away from 600. Thank you. Hobo Chili Recipe says, I'm starting to think Aaron wants to claim Karmic was his discovery. You're a real Lou Pearlman. I'm just a fat, creepy Jewish guy. Hey, guys, great news. MSO got his membership. Awesome. Awesome. And Hobo, yes, I did. I created Karmic. I made him what he is today. If it weren't for me, there would be no Karmic. If you love Karmic, you have to love the toe, and you should be thanking me every single day. I don't know. I'm trying to put it as gingerly and as humbly as I can. Ask Karmic. He'll tell you the same. Thank you guys for all your support tonight. TDR Shit Show with $5 says that was 65 fucking bucks. God damn, those aren't cheap. I just know what Rumble tells me it cost. TDR. So I apologize if it was more than that, but I appreciate your generosity. For sure. The only one you're trailing now is Drinking Beers, who went off this morning. Thank you. Hobo says, yes, but you also want to fuck Karmic. Isn't that a double standard or unprofessional? Let me tell you something about what Hobo Chili Recipe just did there. He assumed, he didn't accuse me of anything. He stated it as a fact and then made his next point based on that being a fact. He didn't give me a chance to stop the conversation, slow it down, and go, but wait, Hobo, I don't want to fuck him. I'm not a homosexual. I like women. Vagina is my thing. TDR Shit Show with $5 says, I guess the gay guy from What Drinking Beers has been claiming is everyone's savior. Yeah. Drinking beers is the man, and so are you. Up to 70. There you go. Thank you guys very much. Hey, fuck, man. Finish it off. You guys are the best. Keep her going. We're rallying now. Keep the rally alive. 4 more people chip in a membership or more than $5. I light the lamp, and we have a WPH. Thanks, boys and girls. Keep it going. So the Minnesota Department of Human Services workers did get their Twitter back. But, I mean, it's silly for us to think now that it's silly for us to think that Elon Musk, that a billionaire, intertwined in all this AI shit, was somehow going to be our freedom savior. I mean, it feels kind of silly to think that we ever, cheered his acquisition of Twitter. Like, yeah, this is great. This is going to be awesome for free speech. He censored people who criticized H-1B visas. And now he's going to have a tiered algorithm where you can't talk about, you guessed it, probably Israel. Israel. Oh, sorry, we're on YouTube. So now Israel is like the word rape now. You can't say either one of them. You can't say that anymore. I was so sad when I was watching that video and that guy, like, he wasn't saying anything bad about Israel or Jewish people or anything, but he bleeped out Jews and Israel and Nick Fuentes because it'll demonetize him and kill him in the algorithm. It's really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. But to think that we somehow thought that Elon Musk was going to be our free speech hero, that's kind of on us. I mean, in our defense, what happened was Twitter was so bad under Jack Dorsey and that Indian lady that we thought anybody just coming along and buying it would make it better than what it was. But now we gave it to the wealthiest man alive, and now it gets to be his petri dish and playground, which isn't great. Papa Shab with a Benjamin Netanyahu quote said, Elon is a friend. We will talk to him. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure he is. Loaded Wrench becoming a member on YouTube for 38 months says Alex did that for pity because Karmic X choked Alex during the stream. Extra gay. Oh, you're saying Alex is maybe corrupt? Alex is on the take, perhaps? Unfortunate. Hey, while we're talking about billionaires buying shit, and we're talking about a culture that we're not allowed to say, and you have to bleep it out or they'll kill you in the algorithm, which, by the way, since I started talking about it, we have dropped by about 10 viewers on YouTube. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. The whole thing's a fucking joke, obviously. But this is an employee of Walgreens who wanted to report to us a new policy, a new store policy for employees this Christmas season. I want you to listen to this guy, and then I'm going to give you guys a little background information afterwards that'll make you go, oh, okay. Take a look.
So is anybody else's companies not giving you holiday pay anymore? It's the first time, I guess, that under the new Walgreens ownership, they got rid of holiday pay. So not only were we closed, we lose out on working, we lose out on the 8 hours of holiday pay we typically get, but then we don't get that extra day back. Why are we so cheap now? Why are companies so cheap? Why are you taking away holiday pay? Like the amount of work we do for you, and you can't even give us holiday. It's insane.
So they're not getting holiday pay at Walgreens this year. Walgreens this year was purchased by a private equity firm called Sycamore Capital. Sycamore Capital is owned by Stefan Kaluzny and Peter Morrow. Let me just, if I may, If I could just answer the question for you, yes. So this private equity firm buys Walgreens, and what these private equity firms do is they don't buy these companies so that they can, watch them grow long term, have a 5 or 10 year plan, grow the company and make it super profitable, and then spread those profits to the employees and reward them for all their hard work. That's not how private equity firms work. The way Sycamore Capital and other private equity firms go is they buy these recognizable brands. They slash payroll, they slash expenses, they cut everything on the bottom line and try to maximize revenue as much as they can, and then they sell the fucking thing. That's what private equity firms do. When private equity firms buy companies, they slash workers, they slash pay, they get rid of benefits, they put in automated tellers, and they try to boost prices and revenue any way they can. And then when that revenue to expenses gap gets really nice and big, they sell it off to somebody at a way bigger price than what they found it. And that's what Walgreens is doing. That's why a private equity firm bought Walgreens, took away employees' holiday pay. Now, there's bad shit you can do to cut corners there, and then there's shit that makes you a villain in a movie. And cutting people's holiday pay at Walgreens, which I can't imagine is a six-figure job to start with, taking away holiday pay from people who are willing to work during the holidays, taking that away from them that's the heartless move that makes you the bad guy in a movie. And here they are. And guess what? Sycamore Capital is going to be rewarded when they sell Walgreens in the next year to 18 months and make a goddamn fortune on it by bending workers over and fucking them. And this is what, whenever you hear private equity firm, get the fuck out of there. Because they are going to be your worst enemy. They do not give a shit about you. They are not there to help you. They are not there to worry about your concerns. They are there to do one thing: get you the fuck out of the way and make that dollar sign on your forehead as small as possible. That's what private equity firms do. They have no allegiance to the company they bought. They have no loyalty to the workers that they just purchased. They're going to try and slash expenses, increase revenue, and sell it off. Yankee says Walgreens has been a dumpster fire for years, though. Yeah, oh, no, absolutely, Yankee. And congratulations on getting that membership from TDR Shit Show. Why don't you pass that along? No, Walgreens has been a dumpster fire. That's why Sycamore Capital bought it. Sycamore Capital saw a lot of expense that they could trim, so they bought it, and they're going to sell it at a much higher price. Rexstart parody account with $1 says they got a Jelly of the Month Club membership instead. This month is Welch's. Clark Griswold's going to be fucking pissed. Roots Calhoun says, look up the story of the Walgreens daughter. She's the reason they never used to sell alcohol in their stores. Found her on the west side of Chicago, doped up and hoeing out. Really? Wow. I didn't know that about the Walgreens family. MSO says it is a shame. Probably about 10 years ago, Walgreens was pretty good. But yeah, lately I bailed out and I don't go there anymore. I can't remember the last time I was in a Walgreens. I'll be totally honest. I don't recall. God, it's been years. At least 2 years since I've been in a Walgreens. Except, well, I guess when I've had to stop and grab something real quick. I think on my way to pick Gino and Keanu up from the airport, I think I stopped at a Walgreens, but that was to get like a couple of things to drink for them on the ride home and that shit. But yeah, I mean, I haven't noticed a change in the like few times that I've stopped in, but I have never been in there long enough to notice. Rusty Grammer says, my dad worked for my grandparents for 30 years. So did several others. They retired, sold the company to some California fags. 2 years later, they sold out to a market equities umbrella company. Yeah, nobody got taken care of. Rob says Walgreens is starting to look like Kmart in some locations. I told you guys about that YouTube channel that has all that BlackRock stuff. It's called, I'll get it here in just a second, More Perfect Union. And it does a lot of stuff on what these private equity firms do. And, you know, kind of some of their videos are BlackRock, the conspiracies you don't know. how corporations are secretly poisoning our food supply. We should watch one of these at some point. They're like 10 or 11 minutes long, and we could probably get 3 or 4 minutes into one. I just don't want to let them do all the heavy lifting and like where we do a show where we're just watching something else. But there was a BlackRock one. It was about the trailer parks that I did want to play a little bit of for you. Oh, yeah, here's one from 2 months ago. The BlackRock situation just got worse. This is what we're up against, and this is why I think you're going to need kind of an economic reset button in the United States. Otherwise, we're just going to be sprinting towards end-stage oligarchy and capitalism that can't sustain itself because the economy has this tumor in it called BlackRock, and it's getting to the point where if you remove the tumor, you might kill the patient. I think we need to split up BlackRock into multiple companies, same with State Street and Vanguard, because these people are poisoning the housing market, including trailer parks even. They're getting involved in that. They're poisoning utilities. They're poisoning all the Fortune 500 companies. I mean, it's bad news.
This power plant is at
this is the channel's called A More Perfect Union, and they do really good work. You really learn a lot.
Center of a battle between finance giants and the American
people. This is
people
Minnesota,
over
by the
who
way.
controls the basic necessities of everyday life.
Almost exactly a year ago, we made a video about BlackRock. And remember how last time I was like, calm down guys, they don't own the whole world, it depends on how you define own, blah, blah, blah. Well, okay, that video was about how they invest in stocks.
But what if I told you there's a whole other side to this story where they're getting a lot closer to controlling some of the most critical parts of our everyday lives?
So BlackRock runs these wealth management funds where your 401k might invest with BlackRock and, your company might invest with BlackRock. And so you might have some of your own retirement contributions tied up in BlackRock. And BlackRock, as the wealth management group investing in these companies, you don't technically own the stock. So like when it comes to a shareholder meeting, you don't go. BlackRock represents that stock. It's in their wealth management fund. You give them the money to invest it. BlackRock acts as the representative for you. But do you think they're really going and talking to these CEOs and saying like, oh, because of the, bricklayer union for, locals 487, I can't endorse this labor plan that you're about to enact. It cuts too many jobs. No. They act on the benefit of BlackRock, the wealth management fund. So they own 20, 25, 30%, 15%. They own controlling interests. They are the largest shareholders in a lot of the biggest companies you can think of. And by largest shareholder, I mean, for a lot of companies, that's as much as 5% is the largest shareholder. And so BlackRock, using other people's money and their investments, owns a big chunk of our economy. And now they want to take the money they get from the fees, because BlackRock doesn't make money from you and your money and your investments. They make money from the fees they take from you to manage your wealth. So now they're taking that capital that they've made on the fees from investing your wealth, and now they're starting to buy real world things like utilities and real estate and trailer parks and shit like that. So their tentacles are kind of continuously growing.
12 days after we released that video, BlackRock acquired Global Infrastructure Partners. And since that deal, they've been a lot more involved in infrastructure. You might have heard stuff like how they bought the Panama Canal. But now there's another deal you might not have heard about.
They're trying to buy Minnesota Power,
a company that owns this power plant and provides power to 150,000 people. This is a type of investment in what they like to call real assets.
And by the way, when BlackRock buys Minnesota Power, and I hope the state of Minnesota doesn't let them, they're fighting it right now. When they buy Minnesota Power, workers in those small towns are going to get laid off, and the cost of electricity is going to go up. And then BlackRock is going to sell Minnesota Power. Jobs will be devastated. People's lives will be altered for the worse because their utility bills will go up. Businesses that are barely making it will see an increase in their utilities, which could drive them out of business. But it's okay because BlackRock will get the money And then the profit margin on that energy company will be so big, it will be very attractive to buyers. And then BlackRock will leave a giant hole in a local economy, and then they'll split with the money.
Which is finance code for literally anything tangible. Basically everything we need to survive, like housing, infrastructure, and the land those things are built on. This is a test case for companies like BlackRock expanding into industries that we use every day. Things like water, hospitals, and electricity. And if they haven't already, they could be coming to your town soon. So why is BlackRock trying to change course, and what will it mean if they succeed?
Last summer, I scattered my wife's ashes on the South Quashnet River. I don't want
I mean, BlackRock's not going to own your wife's ashes, bro. I mean, they're kind of gone. They've disintegrated into atomic. I get what you're saying, buddy, but
BlackRock don't.
So, BlackRock bought Global Infrastructure Partners, which is a big investment fund that itself buys up things like water and waste systems, transportation companies, and even large shares of entire airports. If you've flown in or out of London, congratulations, you're probably a customer of GIP. So
it's great that their name's JIP, kind of works. But, like, this shouldn't be allowed. Like, am I the only person who thinks that unfettered capitalism, I've seen it, it's not the way to go? Like, companies like this shouldn't be allowed to get this big. They shouldn't be able to expand that much. You know, radio and television, the FCC had a really good system for them, and the Republicans got rid of it in the 90s. It was, you couldn't own more than one AM and one FM radio station in a market because they needed to keep competition alive and they needed to keep, you know, radio local. Same with television. You couldn't own an affiliate, more than one affiliate in a market, which I think is good. And we should expand that throughout the economy so we can encourage competition and so that the consumers can have choices. But instead, even when it looks like the consumers have choices, you're still buying from the under the umbrella that is one company.
BlackRock owns Global Infrastructure Partners, which is trying to buy Elite, which owns Minnesota Power, which owns infrastructure like power plants, dams, and the land they're on. But since people need power, it's not that easy, even for BlackRock, and there's a somewhat democratic process involved. This is State Senator Jen McEwen, who represents many of the people who would be affected by the buyout.
Wisely and correctly, we have a Public Utilities Commission, at the very least, to try to provide some regulatory oversight for these entities that have this monopoly over providing this essential service.
Usually when private equity and asset managers buy stuff, they just do it behind closed doors. But because people would literally die without power, it's considered a critical service. And
fucking commies, fucking libs, the libs who won't let us buy the power so we can make people default on their heating bills in the winter, fucking commie libtards.
Therefore, a regulated monopoly under Minnesota law.
BlackRock doesn't necessarily have the same amount of reporting responsibilities as a publicly traded corporation. We've had a lack of transparency already regarding our rates and the quality of services in our community in Superior. That ability to access that data would be decreased by the purchase, which would be a huge problem.
The community has made it clear that they oppose the deal, and a judge has already recommended against it. But it doesn't end there. The final approval is going to come from the Public Utility Commission, a board.
And how much do you want to bet the Public Utility Commission is going to get, you know, a little bit of money? You know, it's good. They're going to go old school. They'll slip a little bit of money into the commission's pocket. They'll all vote yes, and BlackRock will get the power plants. The solution is not denying BlackRock this one purchase, because there will be other purchases and another purchase and another purchase. They're not going to stop. The only solution is you have to have a Teddy Roosevelt or somebody of akin to that to come into office and unilaterally say, I'm busting up these companies. I'm breaking them into pieces because we can't allow one group to own this much stuff and get that big. But it's More Perfect Union. It's a great channel. Go check it out. Go watch it. I feel like we're cheating by basically letting them do the heavy lifting here on tonight's show. But Sam Show says, yeah, a president will save you. Well, okay, Sam Show, this is where I question, I come back to you. Please tell me, what, you know, it's easy to be cynical. I don't think there's anything impressive or insightful or intelligent about cynicism. In fact, I hate cynicism. I think it's one of the douchiest things you can be is cynical. Go ahead. Please tell. I don't think you should be allowed to go, presidents, they'll fix everything. I'm challenging you. I'm not impressed by that. I think you should have to have an idea. What do you think will help? What do you think will fix it? There's no wrong answers. Go ahead. That idea is retarded. No. Go ahead. Please. I'm just going with a real world experience in Teddy Roosevelt when he broke up the robber barons and the railways and the steel magnates and things like that. So please. Oh, holy shit. Okay. Sam Show gave us what his recommendation is. I will admit I should have saw that coming. Sam Show did give us an idea, and without reading it, it's in the Rumble chat if you'd like to go see. I will say it is this. It's very much this. Yeah. It's this a lot, to be honest with you. It's much more extreme than my trust-busting president idea. Sam Show, to give you a hint of what Sam Show's trying to say, he thinks that what I said is some old pussy shit. Yeah, Hobo says he's a man of principles. He certainly is. Well, I mean, come on. How do you know that if we do what you're saying, that would somehow stop BlackRock? I mean, it's BlackRock's CEO is Larry Fink, right? I mean, how would that fix anything? It's not like Larry Fink is, born to a family. His parents were both, he was raised in it. Oh, so he's like, okay. All right. Well, I mean, win some, you lose some, I guess. Rumble Studio says 308 is the number right now. Thank you guys so much. Rumble's picking up a little. YouTube still sucks dog shit. Fuck you guys. Never mind. You just hit a bunch of likes and it went up a little bit. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. It says 312. I guess better late than never. I am letting you know we're going until 9 tonight because we did hit 500 memberships. But guys, still need your help. Go ahead and keep gifting those memberships, Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, and Rumble Rants. I'm not mentioning the thing, so it's not a thing. I'm just really fucking nervous because this morning didn't go well. No, I should say the show went well. The show went great. Just missed by $1.25, so help us out if you could. We're getting close. So, yes, that's the story of Walgreens eliminating their holiday pay. Eliminating holiday pay at Walgreens is connected to these private equity firms, these what do you call them? The wealth management companies, just basically ready to enslave all of mankind. All right, let's try to get a little bit of help. Hobo says, why are you adding numbers? It says 116. I am going to explain this in the simplest terms I can because it seems I have to explain this once a week to people, and I'll try to use sign language. We stream on 5 platforms. Okay, buddy? We stream on 5 platforms. So what Rumble Studio does is it gives you a total number right there. See that? It gives you a little total number there in the upper left that says 315. It adds up all 5 of them and gives you a number. Okay, Pumpkin? I hope that's the last time I have to do this because I do consider you guys relatively intelligent. Don't prove me wrong. Like, subscribe, follow, memberships, money, do it. Let's go. This is going to break things up a little bit. We had to go down the dark rabbit hole that is BlackRock, but I've always felt this way about my show. I always feel like it's good to talk about these things. You guys should know them. I feel like it's this kind of the old radio guy in me, kind of like some things are just a public service, whether they're boring or not. And I think the BlackRock shit is shit people need to know. So if we don't make any money during a BlackRock segment or something, that's fine. I don't fucking care because that is shit people need to know. And if you can get it from me, at least you can get it honestly. You know, you're not getting it through a filter or propaganda. I'm just telling you what it is. And at least you know I'm right most of the time. Let's break this up a little bit. Maybe get the audience excited about jumping into the show here. This is a guy on an airplane, and I've never simultaneously loved and hated someone more. As I'm sitting here watching this, I love this guy. As I imagine myself being on this airplane, I hate him so much. This is a guy who decided to pull a prank at 30,000 feet. And he decided to start eating a raw onion on an airplane. Now, a lot of you are saying gross, you can smell his breath, everything else. I will say this, I love the taste of onions. I would bite into a raw onion. Why not? I like onions. I like the taste. But that odor, the onion smell when it gets in the air and just starts burning your eyes and just gets in your throat, gets so you can taste it. He decided to eat this in a little cramped airplane. Let's take a look. So it looks like an apple, right? Nobody's the wiser. It's totally fine. By the way, look at the seats. What airline is he on? I can't tell. I can tell Delta. I can tell United. Or is it American? I don't think I've flown United. American, Delta, and Sun Country. Those are the airlines I've flown. So now this guy, this is going to test anybody's temperament. You know, are you a confrontational person? Are you a person who tries to just go along to get along? What's your attitude in moments like this? By the way, thank you to Nicholas, my golfing buddy, for $10 on PayPal. What a fucking guy. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you so much. Nicholas with the Big 10 spot. Few more of those, and I like the way tonight went. Is this guy going to be patient, or is he going to say something? And what the fuck can you say to a guy who's already bitten into it? What are you going to do? I mean, even if he throws it away, that smell ain't going anywhere. Oh. This poor guy is feeling it, man. This guy is... See, that's the kind of guy... Go back just a split there. That's the kind of guy who kills his whole family one day. And when the news comes to the neighborhood, there's that neighbor who goes, he was the nicest guy. He waved every morning when he went to get the mail. He'd help me shovel my driveway. He was always so quiet. He was just a nice guy. This is the guy who goes to work every day. He seems fine, but every day the valve on pressure just keeps getting turned up and up and up on this guy. And he takes it all with a smile, and he seems like a cool customer. And then one day, it all comes back. And there's going to be a day where he goes apeshit on somebody, and all he's going to be seeing, hearing, feeling, and smelling is the smell of that fucking onion on that airplane. This is why sometimes you got to be confrontational. You got to get your frustrations out. You can't let that shit build up. It's unfair to the next person. Do you think this guy kind of knows this is a prank deal? He's smiling. He knows that he's kind of being punked a little bit. And now here comes the flight attendant with the spray. Because the whole plane's starting to reek like fucking onions now. Oh, God. Can you eat the skins? To me, that's the most disgusting part. For some reason, eating an onion raw doesn't seem so bad to me. I mean, the smell to everyone around and like that, the fumes getting in your eyes, that sucks. But like, to me, the skin would be the worst part. Ugh. Oh. See, this guy's laughing, so he knows he's being fucked with. Is that bad for your gut to eat a whole onion? I never considered it. What happens? There's got to be a YouTube video on that too, or have they deleted all those channels? Like what, you know those cartoon channels, like what happens when you do X, Y, or Z? By the way, I didn't know that your body breaks down 1 ounce of alcohol every hour. So like if you do 6 shots, I doubt anybody pours their shots out at 1 ounce. It's probably 1.5 ounces, 2 ounces. So, but let's for argument's sake say 1 ounce. You take 5 shots in an hour, that alcohol is going to be in your system for the next 5 hours. I didn't know that's how it went. Shit. Oh. Oh. Is that what happens to your body when you eat an... I thought you could eat an onion like an apple. I just thought people didn't because they taste better fried and cooked and shit. Like, I didn't know that it took such a toll on him, but he's got snot dripping out of his mouth. He's the whole thing. The fuck happens when you eat a whole... What happens to your body? Can you... Whoops. Can you eat a whole onion? Raw onions like an apple. Oh, here's the guy on the plane. He has 12,000 views now. Oh, he's done this to multiple people? Oh, this dude's done this before. Eat a whole onion in 45 seconds. Eating raw onions for 30 days? Oh, fuck. Okay.
I can eat this onion in 45 seconds.
No. Cap.
I hate you, bro.
In 3, 2, 1, go. We got 45 seconds on the clock. Can Cake...
No fucking way you can eat a raw onion in 45 seconds.
Mitchell eat an entire red onion in the span of 45 seconds. I think he has effectively around 31 seconds left.
Yeah, he's fucked.
He seems to be struggling a little bit with the first bite. I don't think he's going to make it. I think I could have gave him 10 minutes, maybe more. And I don't think he'd have been able to do it. His eyes are getting a little teary-eyed. I can feel it. And I can smell that onion. Oh, what's going on? You took 1 bite. Bruh, you took 1 bite. You got 10 seconds left. You took 1 bite of an onion. Oh, the whole onion. I can't look. All right, we got...
Yeah, that ain't happening. Is that good for you, though? Like, are raw onions good for you? Yes, raw onion is good for you, providing antioxidants like quercetin, shut up, and sulfur compounds that offer anti-inflammatory benefits, support immune function, and may help lower blood pressure and blood sugar. Raw onions are also a good source of vitamins C and B, fiber, and potassium. So you'll shit nice if you eat raw onions. And that anti-inflammatory, man, that's all people are going for now is anti-inflammatory. That's like the new fountain of youth is no inflammation, no inflammation. You can cut down that joint swelling. If you can cut down all that shit, you'll feel young forever. You got to go sit in a fucking ice bath. And you got to go eat raw onions. And you got to do whatever you can to not inflame in any way, shape, or form. Like I did some boxing today. My knuckles feel puffy. I played some basketball today. My knees and ankles feel like they took a little bit of a pounding. I lifted a little, but apparently I should just eat a raw onion after every workout, and I'll be A-okay. TDR Shit Show with $10 says, where the fuck did the onion come from, and how the hell did he get it on the plane? This will be my last donation today. Hope the fucking pours Andy up. Well, Rocky just threw in $10 over on PayPal. Thank you very much to Rocky. So, yes, TDR Shit Show, they are Thank you guys very much for contributing to our program. Not too much further to go, if you know what I mean. Get us the rest of the way there. I do have to update the standings here, as TDR Shit Show is now at $80, just 5 away from drinking beers in first place. So thank you guys, and thank you, Rocky, for the $10. MSO says, Aaron, how much to eat a raw onion? You know what? Grocery day is Thursday, and I haven't cooked anything with onions in a while, so I don't have any onions right now. But you know what? Tomorrow's evening show, here, you guys bang out tonight, and you make up what we were short on this morning, and yeah, tomorrow on the evening show, I'll eat a raw onion. Deal. That's the deal I'll make. You know, whenever we have a rule on this show, whenever anyone says, Aaron, how much to do X, Y, or Z, I have to give them an answer. I have to give them a number. And in this case, I'm going to say, if we bang out tonight and what we came up short this morning, which would be 125, and we don't have too much further to go tonight. You guys are doing great. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. Then I'll do the onion thing tomorrow. Halada Vagina says, more onions, Aaron, to cut down on the inflammation in the neck area. It's my neck era. Yeah. So yeah. All right. Challenge laid down, challenge accepted, and my terms have been set. There you go. You guys are also 98 memberships away from 600. So we're back on that. Rusty Grammar with $1 says Tampa Terry says eating whole raw eggs are the top health food in the world. Shell and all, brother. All right, I can do the raw onion tomorrow at the end of the show, at the end of the evening show, or I can drink the 2 or 3 eggs like Rocky. That could be, if we knock out tonight and tomorrow morning, I'll make that deal. Is eating raw egg good for you? No, consuming raw eggs is not recommended due to the significant risk of foodborne illness from bacteria like salmonella. While raw eggs contain nutrients like protein, vitamins, and antioxidants, cooking them is necessary to kill harmful bacteria and improve the absorption of certain nutrients like biotin. If raw eggs are required for a recipe, using pasteurized eggs is a safer alternative. All right. Can you drink eggs like Rocky? No, drinking raw eggs like Rocky is not recommended due to the risk of salmonella. The scene in the movie was a cinematic portrayal of an outdated bodybuilding practice from a time before modern factory farming became widespread. While consuming raw eggs was once common for protein, cooking them is safer and actually makes the protein more digestible. All right. Well, guys, I guess I'm putting it all on the line for science. 09 Canyon says raw eggs is fine if you get it from a farm. Don't do it with factory eggs. All right, then we'll go with the onion challenge for tomorrow. It'll be an onion challenge, not the egg one, because apparently there's a small risk that I, what do you call it? Oh, yeah, fucking die. It's a possibility. All right, let's open up some of our, oh, God, we've still got a shitload of stories left to go, and we have an hour left in the show. If you guys are just joining us, we crossed over 500 memberships tonight. So since we crossed over 500 memberships, that means I owe you an extra half hour. And also, I could owe you an extra hour if we pick up what we missed from this morning. But I don't think that's gonna. I feel like that's probably not gonna happen. I mean, we're getting close for tonight. I can't mention it. I can't mention specifics or anything like that. We're getting close for tonight. But that's not even a fucking guarantee at this point. If you like the show tonight, please be generous if you can be. We appreciate it. 320 is the number right now. YouTube, keep hitting like, keep hitting follow. Rumble, do the same. You guys are doing great. Thank you very much. We did get up over 300 today, which is good for the show. Good for the show. Oh, no. Wouldn't you know it? Hey, I got to appreciate not the bee. They may be complicit in denying a genocide in Gaza, but at least they're telling the truth about pit bulls. There we go. Woman mauled to death while dog sitting pit bulls. First of all, suck my dick. No way in hell I'm babysitting your pit bulls. I know it's the holiday season. I know people need money. Nobody should need money that badly where they'll basically offer themselves up as voluntary food for savages. This poor woman never stood a chance. 23 years old, dog sitting 3 pit bulls months before college graduation. We have the story here. I mean, you put all the dogs down. This is the crazy thing to me. Like, I go through these stories, and again, the pro pit bull crowd, you're cherry picking. Dude, you wouldn't believe how many of these I don't bring to the table on the show. Like, how many of these I just I let it go. I don't bring it up. But in a lot of these stories, they never tell you for sure whether or not the dogs have been killed. And in my mind, I mean, that's the first thing you should do is take these dogs out.
I just dropped to my knees.
Madison loved animals, but her mother says she had recently grown uneasy around the dogs.
So she said that they hadn't always been that way. It was like a change in behavior.
Madison had also been caring for the homeowner's children for weeks.
They just really...
That's another thing that pisses me off. You want to be a grown-up and you want to own a pit bull and you want to take on that responsibility, fine. You know, I joke about like how we should eliminate all of them. And like it is factual that if we got rid of all of them, the world would be a safer place, 100%. You wouldn't miss out on anything. There are much better dogs that are nicer and kinder and gentler and smaller. You'd be fine. We wouldn't lose anything we can't replace, but it would save lives. Statistically, it's a fact. But if you want to be an adult and you want to own that kind of a dog, that's totally fine. But to then foist that preference that you have on unsuspecting children and you lie to them and tell them it's not the breed, there's no such thing as a bad breed, or all breeds are the same, or, oh, it's how you raise them. For you to force that dog into that house with an unsuspecting child and then fucking lie to that kid because you've got a blind spot, I guarantee a lot of women who are pit bull owners date guys who beat them and date guys who treat them like shit. Because, oh, there's no such thing as a bad breed. There's no such thing as people who don't see red flags. I don't care if you want to be in a house by yourself and have one of these fucking monsters in your house. Go for it. I don't give a shit. But don't sit here and tell me that it's a good dog for kids. Go fuck yourself. Because there's a lot of kids' pictures I could show you with half bitten off faces from a pit bull that a fucking poodle doesn't do that to. So the fact that these families bring small children around these dogs who can snap just like that really pisses me off.
Seemed to love her, and that's why she thought her looking after the dogs would be an okay situation.
You know, it's just one of them heart-wrenching situations.
And I still can't wrap my brain around the fact that, I mean, number one, that she's gone, but that it happened this way.
Madison was just 6 months away from earning her bachelor's degree in early childhood education from UT Tyler. She was inspired by her younger brother who was diagnosed with Asperger's.
I cannot imagine, and never have really imagined, life without her and what it's going to look like moving forward.
When asked if she feels anger toward the couple who own the dogs.
Of course not. Because this shit always happens to nice people who are forgiving and everything else. And
I think if I give in to the anger that I could feel, or that I do feel, it would be destructive, not just for me, but for them.
Okay, I get that. But for the healing process, couldn't you let yourself feel that for a little while and like get it out? Like, let yourself feel that feeling for a week or so while you go through the process. I don't know if, like, suppressing certain feelings because you see them as ugly is necessarily good either.
In the midst of her grief, Madison's mother says what matters most now is how her daughter is remembered.
I just want, people to remember her just for the amazing, just loving, caring, compassionate person that she was.
Okay. I just wish we would include in that story that the dogs have been killed and that the dogs have been wiped out, because I worry that we don't. And to me, that would be a really, really shitty deal. Let's start with Los Federales with $1. Says, Aaron, I will send you 100 if you buy durian and eat it live on air. I don't know what that... Did you misspell something? I don't know what durian is. It's a tropical fruit native to Southeast Asia, known as the king of fruits. That's my name. For its large size, distinctive spiky green or brown husk, and unique creamy flesh. It has a powerful, pungent odor that causes it to be banned in some public spaces. I'm not bringing that into my house. Like I said, I'll do the onion thing, but I don't think we need to worry about it because we're not even necessarily out of the woods tonight. I mean, we got 50 minutes left, and I can't tell you where we're at. We're not talking about it. We don't talk about it on the show anymore. We just do the show. But make me a believer in this new thing I'm trying to do, because I really hate the begging. I really hate that shit, and I'm glad we haven't done it the last few weeks. But it's on you guys to make sure we don't have to do that anymore. Professor Tie-Dye with $1 says she looks like a Colbert, and you know the dangers of pit bulls. $1 from Redbird says, okay, replace pit bulls with certain crime and fraud statistics, and suddenly you're the one, but are cherry picking or environmental. I separate humans and animals. I value human life more than animal life. Redbird with $1 says the train stabbing and burning situations come to mind. Yes, but unfortunately, those are human beings. And to me, that's a little different. It's a little different. Dorian, the smelliest fruit on the planet, says MSO. Yeah, well, that's interesting. I've never heard of it. Never heard of it. All right, guys, you know the drill. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, click one of the links. Show us some love tonight. We would appreciate that. The home improvement kid got arrested again, the oldest one. He had a bit of a domestic. I think it might be time for you two to go your own way. She apparently tried... Zachary Ty Bryant, if you remember, he got arrested for... I think the last time we checked on him, he got arrested for DUI. Zachary Ty Bryant, DUI. Yeah, I think there's actually video of his arrest. We'll get it. 9 hours ago, arrested again in Oregon. Okay, this is his 6th arrest in 5 years. This one wasn't the DUI, though. Everything they're showing me, I want the 2024 DUI. I think he had 2 DUIs in 2024. Yeah, every story is just the newest one. Shit. The fucking guy gets arrested so much that I can't get to the one I want. God damn it. The Zachary Ty Bryan and his girlfriend. He was the one who played, what was his name, Brad on Home Improvement. Before their arrest this weekend, things seriously blew up between the couple. Lane County Sheriff's deputies tell TMZ that they responded to a reckless endangering call near a camping area outside Lowell, Oregon on Saturday, where they found Zachary in a pickup truck with his fiancée, Johnny Faye Cartwright, and their 3 small children. There's the beautiful couple during simpler times before they were trying to run each other over. She's got the eyes, dude. I mean, he looks like an alcoholic, like he looks like he has a serious drinking problem, but she's got those eyes, dude. Those are problem eyes. Those are I'll fucking stab you in your sleep eyes. Or I guess in this case, I'll run you over with the truck eyes. And he just looks like a guy who can't put down the bottle. I mean, that red face, the bright red nose, the weathered skin. Guarantee no matter how old he is, he looks older than it. Deputies say they learned that earlier Brian stepped out of the pickup and started walking along Big Fall Creek Road. That's when Cartwright allegedly hit the gas, aimed the truck at him, and ended up crashing into a ditch while the kids were still inside. So even when she's trying to kill the guy, a woman can't drive the fucking car right. Now, Brian dodged the vehicle just in time, and thankfully the children were not hurt. Deputies interviewed both Brian and Cartwright, saying they spotted signs of impairment. Witnesses were also questioned. Here's the kicker. Brian wasn't even supposed to be around Cartwright because of a court order from a prior case. Motherfucker. This happens all the time. All the time. These men and women are in just toxic as fuck relationships. They get these orders to stay away from each other. They move back in together. They're raising the family together. They get in a fight. The woman calls the cops on the guy and says, oh yeah, he's not supposed to be around me. Meanwhile, all their shit is in the same house and they're clearly living together. It is a really shitty manipulative move, but it's another reason why you guys got to, like, relationships like that. Yeah, sure, I'm sure she's a devious, manipulative cunt, I'm sure. But I'm also sure you're no picnic, especially when you're around her, so why don't you guys go your separate ways? The court was trying to do you a favor when they said you can't be around each other. They weren't trying to get in the way of your Disney-esque Aladdin and Jasmine-like love story. They were trying to save you. Now you violated the order. You guys were hanging out together, and now look what happened. She tried to run your stupid drunk ass over. As reported, Zachary was booked on a probation violation connected to his previous domestic violence conviction. He was denied bail and will remain in jail until Wednesday. Johnny was arrested too, that's the girl, hit with 5 charges, including DUI, 3 counts of reckless endangering, and attempted first-degree assault. She's expected to be, she was arraigned today, it looks like. I wonder if this is it for them. I mean, I know you're thinking, well, Aaron, why wouldn't it be the end? I mean, it hasn't been the end so far. Why would we think this time would be any different? I wonder if this will be enough to finally, I mean, they got 3 kids together too. That's the worst part. So even if they do break up, even if this is the end, they still got to see each other in some way, shape, or form, or exchange the kids or whatever. Oh, shit. What a fucking nightmare. Tim the Toolman would be so disappointed. Here, I found it. This is the Zachary Ty Bryan DUI arrest video. He's got a pretty good one. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a fucking tragic story, but it is a pretty good arrest video as far as arrest videos go. We are going to do the rally thing at 8:25, but we are going until 9 tonight. I just want to make the audience, I want to see if they can hit it. The audience that stays here for just the regular amount of time for the show. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. I appreciate you being here. I do. Let's make it a successful one after this morning. This is the Zachary Ty Bryan. This is about a year ago, his anniversary of this DUI.
Did you just get hammered on, like, while you're driving or after you?
Oh, no, I went out last night.
Oh, okay.
And then I knew I couldn't drive.
Yeah.
So
Where'd you go out at?
Range Rover. I went to, I forgot. It's right over here.
You're in Clinton? You know where you're at?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Do you know? He gives him here in Clinton. I don't know where the fuck I am, officer. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I forgot the name of it. I could look it up on my phone.
You're good.
I'm running from California right now.
You're running from California?
I hate that place.
Man, I've pulled over a lot of people saying the same thing as you.
So fucking terrible.
How much did you drink last night?
Fuck.
Too much? Yeah.
How much did you drink last night? That's always the best answer. Just a big exhale. Not a number. Not an amount of shots. Not an amount of cocktails. Just a heavy breath. How much did you drink last night? Fuck, dude. I Oh, that should be a measurement. Like the cops should be trained in that being a measurement. Like, oh fuck, dude. Like, oh, that much. Okay, well, it's
Too much? Yeah. What's too much?
I don't know, man. Just stressed.
Yeah, man, and I get it. But we gotta handle that stuff right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
no,
know
I
what
get that. I get that. Dude.
What's your license suspended for?
Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, his license was already suspended, and this is the best part. What's your license suspended for? I know this one's gonna shock the shit out of you.
Your license suspended for? For a DUI? Okay. When did you get that DUI? The 2020 about?
Yeah, I got it. I think 2021.
Okay.
I say.
Now, I thought he was arrested for DUI twice last year, but I could be wrong.
Have you just had one?
Oh no, I've had multiple.
Okay.
You gotta appreciate the guy's honesty. He's not gonna bullshit this dude. He's not gonna give him the whole, I had 2 beers. No, I had a fucking shitload of booze, officer.
I'm just. Everybody depends on me, man.
Oh,
yeah. I got you. What time did you stop drinking last night?
I don't know if I ever stopped.
Atta kid. I don't know if I ever saw. Goddamn, man! If they give you DUI points for honesty, I mean, maybe this will take some of the edge off. I don't know if I ever stopped. Attaboy. So wait a minute, is this the following night? Because it looks pretty dark out. So is he still tanked? Did he have rollover minutes throughout the whole day?
Okay. To be honest.
Or is it really early in the morning?
What time did you get in your car?
Well, as soon as I got in my car, I went and just drove
right
down a secret road and just pulled
there?
over. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I knew I couldn't drive.
Okay.
I knew I couldn't drive, so I took my car and I drove it to this spot.
Do you feel like you're all right to drive right now?
No.
See, this is what I mean. Like, give this guy some honesty points at least.
Well, do me a favor. Just put your phone up here for me. Just hop out. Meet me up front. We'll run through some tests real quick. Just see what I see, okay? All right. Go and just meet me up front. That works. Yep. Okay. So this next test is called the walk and turn. Okay.
All right. The best part is when he's in the car. Yeah. So he's like, oh, everybody depends on me. Things are so shitty right now. You just want to reach back in time and you want to go, Zach, it's going to get way worse, buddy. Hang in there. Don't give that bitch the keys. Trust me. You'll thank me later. Poor guy. Is the cop drunk too, says Baba Shop. He is kind of being a cool cop. Like the cop is being at least, really as nice as a cop can be about something like that. Because, you got to do your job. You got to take this fucking drunk off the road. But at the same time, he's being very patient with him. He's asking him questions respectfully. He's not being a dick. I think also kind of knowing how this is going to end up. Like, it's not like the cop, Zachary's not being confrontational. So the cop doesn't feel the need to be confrontational. And at the same time, the cop knows exactly how this thing is going to end. He knows what's going to happen. So there's no need to be a dick, I suppose. I want to play this real quick because I think a lot of those Dabbleverse guys do this. They buy views and they buy viewers because these guys, their chats, and granted, we're mostly a Rumble show, but like these guys' chats will move. I've had people email me and say their chat moves slower than yours and it says they have X amount of viewers. And I think there's nothing to expose someone's insecurity more than buying views and buying likes. I think it's really, really fucked up because it doesn't help your monetization. If you get caught doing it, you can really get fucked over. And B, it's very much fake it till you make it. It doesn't make your show better. It doesn't give you more interaction. It's just a number on a screen. And plus, you're throwing money out the window. So you're not gaining any new viewership. You know, you're not bringing anybody aboard. You literally are insecure about your stats and you want to pump them up artificially. It's just such a weird thing. And then when I saw this clip from this female streamer who laid out the price of what it actually costs to buy these views, I mean, I was floored by it.
Chad, I'm not doing it. I can't afford to bot 12,000 people. Y'all know how much that costs? That's like $50,000 right there. Well, to do it like per month. Is it right?
Wait, how do you know that?
Yeah, how do you know that? How do you know the pricing on it? I have friends in the industry. I have friends who have shown me screenshots.
$50,000 a month to buy 12,000 viewers. Why? You're not going to make that back. You know how much money it would take, or how much time it would take to make 50 grand back? None of those 12,000 bots you're buying are giving you any money. And again, none of them are getting you ad revenue or anything like that. It's fucking madness. And I would say we're one of the few shows that don't do it because it is a waste of money. I think all these shows are, I mean, just judging by the insecure hosts of all these shows, I think they definitely buy it. Because if you see everybody else going down, but these assholes are doing the same exact number, they're buying. They're buying. They'll never admit it. I could give you a list. I'd give you a list of who's buying, but I think you already know.
Not to say any names of any names, but...
Interesting. Man, I wish I could drive fast on the Autobahn right now.
And old.
I think a lot of them are people like the ones I'm talking about. They hate me. They hate this show. And this show can get 600 to 700 people just doing a show. And they're not doing those numbers anymore. So they're like, oh, shit, we got to be better than Aaron. So they buy their way to like 900 or 1,000. And they're like, okay, we're good. We're over Aaron. We're above him. That's good. But they're costing themselves money. I don't get it.
Friends who have shown me before, you know. Definitely out of my pay grade, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, 50 grand a month to buy 12,000. Again, I don't get it. It's got to just be an ego thing. It's the cleaner says you buy 40 views though. I would never buy a view. It doesn't make sense to me why you would buy a view. Like right now, what's our number? 301. We got 301 people watching across our 5 platforms right now. 301 people. Who gives a fuck? If I buy 100, what does that do? 300 people watching, 400 people watching is the same fucking number in the grand scheme of things. The level of insecurity it must take to buy viewership. I don't know. I don't understand it. And yes, cleaner, I am that interesting. I keep people fed, for fuck's sake. All right, guys, let's run the music. This might be the last time we use this music because I think it's losing its luster, as people were saying today. Here's where you ended up. We don't mention the goal anymore during the show. We do have an extra half hour to go, but I want to get the regulars in here. $70 away. Not great, not terrible. We're kind of right there. So chip in. Memberships are great. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats. Look, man, we lost by 125 this morning. We got to win tonight. So I'll take 5 minutes to beg. Let's do this thing and let's get $70 in here. No, cleaner, I'm not buying 140 viewers. I'm sorry if that wrecks your narrative. I apologize. I don't mean to hurt your feelings. $70. Let's do it. Big fake donos. That's what I need right now. Big fake donos. We need to notch a win tonight for morale. The morale is down over here. Hopefully we get a few membership drops, a few PayPals, a few Venmos. Let's do it, man. Cleaner says Aaron sucked the fun out of White Power Hour. Cleaner is committing a cardinal sin right now. He's just boring. He's just saying shit because he feels he has to. Make Cleaner eat his words. And let's knock out this 70 and call it a win for the toe. $1 from Mr. Sista says, Kitty Girl doesn't buy viewers, but he buys me Frankfurter sandwiches every night. I love you too, Mr. Sista. Keep it up. 70 away from a win, and we need a win. I save all my begging for 5 minutes now so I don't bum everyone out during the show. But we need a win tonight, just for morale. We missed by 125. Let's get it going, guys. Don't wait. Please throw in. I appreciate it if you can. Let's get that 70 banged out. Let's go, baby. Let's go. And then we're going till 9 tonight, if you didn't know, because we did get over 500 memberships. Oh, come on. You know the links. I'm putting them in the chat again. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, gifted memberships are huge. Please spread your generosity. If we're going to do this show for you and we're not going to mention goals, we do need you to support this show financially, because I made a decision 5 years ago because you guys said it would be a good idea. So please don't let this be a sign of things to come. Hey, Rusty Grammar, don't be saying I'm way ahead on anything. It doesn't matter if we do the funniest show ever and milk shot out of people's nose. If we don't hit the goal, I don't give a fuck how good the show was. So, no, we haven't won dog shit yet. Throw it in there. I'd love a fake dono, for fuck's sake, even. Oh, I love that we can just keep the patheticness to a 5-minute span instead of spreading it over the whole show. Double loss, guys. Bad for business. Chat's not moving. Oh, man. We got to figure something out with these evening shows, because something's going to give. That's for sure. All right, let's run the song one more time, and then we got to continue on with the show. Help us get that 70 knocked out. Jeff Diane with $50 says, hopefully this goes through, for fuck's sake. It certainly did, and thank you. All right, that's going to put Jeff Diane in third place. Thank you. Joey Caravello in fourth. And Grand Poobah in central booking. Thank you. All right, $35 away. Finish it up. Finish up that last 35 and call it a win for the toe. Thank you, Jeff. Grand Poobah says that's a fake dono. I'll take fake donos. I'll take fake donos all fucking day, baby. We need wins after this morning. I can handle a loss. I can handle that L from this morning, but I got to have somebody to look forward to. Either I got to have somebody to congratulate, either the evening show or the morning show. It wasn't the morning show. So let's get that last 35 done. Finish it up. Step up. Let's do this thing. Why am I hitting refresh? Why am I doing this? James with $5 says big fake dono. Thank you for the big fake dono, James. $30. $30 away from tonight's goal. Finish it up and let's call it a win. 1 minute to go. $30 away. 5s, 10s. I mean, it adds up. Anything. It is good that we can fucking keep this patheticness contained to one space, though. That's good. But get that last 30. We can do this. It's not much. 80, I'd feel bad. 30, let's get it done. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, James. Thank you, TDR Shit Show. Thank you to all the people who have carried this show on their back today. Drinking beers, Joey Caravello. Come on, guys. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. $5 from Rusty Grammar says, don't be a faggot, Pores. I agree. 25 away, so 5 gifted memberships on Rumble away. All right, well, let's do this last half hour. And in this last half hour, you guys gift those memberships. Let's go. Let's get this 25 knocked out. I yelled until my voice was gone. I've literally given you everything I've got today just to come out so far $150 to the bad. Yeah, this is one of those dirty move shows where it's like, you know, we're short, but by a winnable amount. So like Aaron abandons all dignity and is like, all right, my main focus is laser focused on getting that 25 because we can't miss twice in a day. I don't care how small the number is. So if I'm annoying you right now, $25 shuts off the obnoxiousness and we get back down to business. Might be time to take the keys away from Grandpa. Let's do this next one while you guys gift memberships. Go, 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 go. Hit like and subscribe as well. Come on, baby. Let's salvage this thing. Let's at least end on a high note today.
Thanksgiving disaster in Northern California. A 90-year-old driver is injured after crashing a car through a coffee shop.
Holy fuck. You know, the bright side of this story is you don't see old people typically drive that fast. It's nice to see them keeping traffic moving.
Well, you got to see this. A Thanksgiving disaster in Northern California. A 90-year-old driver is injured after crashing a car through a coffee shop.
Holy shit. That, like, I expect to hear Mick Foley's theme music after that. That was a hell of a punch right through that coffee shop window. That was some real Marty Jannetty shit. Oh, boys and girls. What the fuck is this all about? Anonymous gift. I mean, does this person want a VIP? Because we will give them a VIP. They've just qualified for VIP. I am going to give this person initials, though. BM. I'm going to get, because I'm sure they don't want their identity out there. I'm going to give their initials BM because they deserve it. Oh my God. Thank you guys. No more money, please. No more money. BM, and I will, I'll update the standings here in just a second. Holy fuck. Don't tell me begging doesn't work, my friends. This is a guy who, he jumps in every few months. He jumps in and really drops, some heavy artillery on the toe. It's always nice to see him. And, oh boy, that now, okay, fuck. What did I just do? That was, not TDR shit show. Grand Poobah I just took off of there. All right, guys, I have an update for you here real quick. I just got to keep my standings up to date. BM with $250. So we made it. We did it. And with 250, we're 9. So to wipe out this morning, that also puts us 80 ahead for tomorrow, if my math is right. So we might have an easier day tomorrow. Plus, I have to eat an onion on tomorrow's show, a whole onion. I believe I did say I had to do that. So at the end of tomorrow night's show, I have to do a raw. Holy motherfucker. Thank you so much, BM. So we wiped out last night. Or we wiped out this morning, we took out tonight, and we took out about half of tomorrow night. Oh, my. Bappa Shop says chargeback would be hilarious. Between you, me, and a fence post, Bappa, it really would be. I'll admit. It would be really funny if you went, dude, I'm just kidding. I meant to hit charge you $250. Hooters girl says, has to be at least a medium-sized onion. No cheating, Toe. Hey, get Hooters girl and clean her a member. Oh, no, don't do that today. You guys have done enough. By the way, no, BM is not Barry Manilow, for those of you asking. Somebody asking if it was Barry Manilow. It's not Barry Manilow. This person wanted to be anonymous, so I didn't want to say their name, but I got to honor them and thank them somehow, so BM it is. Well, shit, man. There's something. See, now, a lot of people would say, and I had comments today. I had haters commenting. They were like, oh, yeah, it's not it. Doing the music in the last 5 minutes and not mentioning the goals, just not it, Toe. They're all a bunch of Tim Walz retards. And like always, we fucking proved them wrong again. A lesser man would have said, I'm abandoning that tactic. If you stay the course, the Toe Boys, they always come through. They always come through. The cleaner says, if you don't tear up, it doesn't count. Oh, eating the onion? Sam Show says, you're fucked, Aaron. Worski is offering his tits for 20 subs. You're going to have to get tits. Look, we knocked out last night, tonight, and half of tomorrow night without showing tits. So, I feel like that's a win for the Toe, if you ask me. All right, we got 20 minutes left. Back to the old man. Let's go. Oops, wrong one. I'm a little rattled here. All of a sudden, our fortunes turned around.
This happened just after 9 p.m. last night. Police say that driver was extricated from the vehicle by firefighters. He was then transported to the hospital in serious but stable condition.
The thing is about those old guys that get in accidents like that, they never feel a thing. Like they always get taken to the hospital and they're always like, I don't understand what happened. I'm not quite sure. Like it doesn't register with them. By the way, 10 Beer, thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships on YouTube. Thank you for the generosity, guys.
Wanna fuck? Let's fuck!
That now takes us to, oh wow, now you guys are way ahead for tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's going to be a fun one. We're not going to have a goddamn thing to think about. All right, back to the old man.
Was extricated from the vehicle by firefighters. He was then transported to the hospital in serious but stable condition.
Last night I got a call and
that's my thing. I don't think old people tense up. It's like they say drunks don't get hurt as bad in car accidents because that guy, like a drunk, doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's just a 90-year-old who had a Joe Biden moment so his body was loose. Because you would think, show it again. You would think at 90 years old, going through a building like that, you'd evaporate. You just turn to dust. Like a Thanos snap. You'd just be gone. And this guy's in serious but stable condition, meaning he's bruised and beat up and broken bones everywhere, but he's going to live.
Was extricated from the vehicle by firefighters.
There.
He was then transported to the hospital in
Boom.
serious but stable
I mean,
condition.
a 90-year-old hitting like that, he hit that back wall. He should be dead at the scene. DOA. But no, serious but stable condition. And again, why? Because he's fucking 90. He had no idea where the hell he was.
last night I got a call and was here within minutes after the incident happened. I was just beside myself, just devastated with the destruction. Normally we are open with 100 people in the space, and there was not one person on the street or inside of the building at the time it happened. So we're just very grateful that no one was injured.
An investigation is ongoing, but officers say alcohol may have been a factor.
Oh, that's like the most awesome thing in the world. Nobody got hurt, but like if the 90-year-old was also hammered, that's the coolest 90-year-old ever. You're 90, he's getting shit-faced and getting into his car and driving around. How long into his trip do you think he realized, fuck, this got away from me? Like I'm not in, I shouldn't be out here right now. Like literally everyone out here is in danger right now in this very moment. It couldn't have taken that long. Like, it had to be pretty instantaneous. His first turn, he's like, oh, I forgot I'm old as shit and I'm hammered. This is going to end poorly for everyone. He probably, like, look, 90-year-olds get sleepy, right? So he was probably exhausted. He's also drunk. There's no way he didn't fall asleep. Cleaner with a good point, though, says he wasn't trying to live. That's checkout speed. You really think a 90-year-old's got the balls? You know, you really think a 90-year-old's got the balls to take it out that hard? Really? I don't know if he was trying to check out. Thank you, Camel Toe, for gifting a membership to the Cleaner. So now how many is that? That's 97 away from 600. Thanks, guys. 97 away from 600. And also fucking knocking down tomorrow night as we speak. Thank you, guys, so much. Papa Shab says, yes, he's fucking 90. Right, but at 90, here's how I think of a 90-year-old man. I think of a 90-year-old man, and I think of a guy who can barely wipe his own ass, let alone get in the car and go, I'm gonna check out. And I'm going to check out by violently crashing my car through a coffee place. I just don't think, and I guess I'm being really disrespectful and condescending, as younger people can tend to do. What I'm trying to say is I don't think a 90-year-old's got the balls or the brains to pull that off. I could be wrong. By the way, SP says, you're eating an onion tomorrow night? I'll skip sleeping next to you then, too. No, you're not. You're going to sleep right next to me, babe. You're going to be right there. You're going to be sitting right next to my pungent face. I'm going to breathe. You're going to have to... I'm going to be the guy who just ate an onion. I'm going to be old big balls. What are the kids? I don't like to be perverted on the air anymore. I think it's a gross thing that turned off a lot of fans back in the day. But let's just say you're going to get some onion love, as it were. I'm going to breathe sweet nothings right into your ear. Cleaner says, just because he's 90 doesn't mean he's like you, Aaron. Rexstart parody account says they wouldn't honor his senior discount. That's the other thing I was thinking. I don't give this guy any credit because he's so fucking old, but maybe this was targeted. Maybe he did want to go through the coffee place. Maybe he was checking out. I really need to talk to these coffee shop people, and if they're being honest, what the fuck did they do to this guy? What's the issue? Hey, this is a good way to get shot. Do you know about the door kicking challenge? Apparently this has gone viral again. I think this was a thing a couple of years ago, and I think it's come back around because no generation ever creates anything. We all rip off the generation that came before us and think we invented it. But door kicking, I feel like you got to pick your spots where you're doing something like door kicking because you'll get fucking shot doing shit like that. This is in Salinas, California. Let's go ahead and watch this one. Thank you guys very much. We've got about 15 minutes left. We're going over tonight. Knocked out this morning, knocked out tonight, well into tomorrow night. Thank you so much. What an audience. Thank you, BM, for the big 250 drop tonight. That's huge. But also drinking beers and TDR and a bunch of other people. Jeff, Diane. I mean, they dropped some heavy ordnance on the toe today as well. So thank you guys. And to all of you like Camel Toe who threw in $5, Redbird, all you from $1 to $250. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for letting me do this. Let's go ahead and see who's going to get themselves shot.
This Ring video recorded back in August shows a new trend hitting the Salinas area. Teens running up, kicking a front door, and taking off. The family who owns this video didn't want to be on camera, but others say they're now seeing similar posts pop up all over the popular app.
It's just fucking cunt behavior. First of all, you're kicking someone's door. You could damage the door, obviously. You could damage the door frame. That could be a very expensive fix. But also, like, you're putting yourself in danger. Like I said, wrong guy. I mean, that's a startling sound to hear. And if you're an armed citizen and you protect your home with a firearm and you hear that noise, you're probably grabbing for your gun. Now, this is happening in California, so I don't think you can just shoot this guy. But if you're in a state like Florida or Texas, you know, culturally, even a jury might decide, hey, Fucking play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Next door, seeing this door kicking trend throughout the city, including Creek Bridge.
Parents aren't being responsible for their children. And the kids hang out with the wrong people and they do the wrong things. And a lot of times it's because, you know, like I said before when I spoke to you earlier, that parents are working and they don't know where their kids are.
In other posts,
no, these kids watch a bunch of trends on TikTok and social media, and they figure nothing bad will happen to them, and all old people are stupid and they don't get it, and they're all squares, and so we can go kick on their fucking door and run away, and haha, it's funny, until one of these kids gets caught and gets the shit beat out of them, or they get arrested or something else, and they got some black mark on their record. I mean, it's fucking hilarious until, you know, you got to pay the consequences. But that's part of being young, too. It's like nothing bad's going to happen to me. I get picked up. They'll yell at me for a little while and let me go.
Shared on Nextdoor, more Salinas residents tell similar stories. One describing their door being kicked so hard, it came off its hinges.
Kids do a lot of that dumb stuff, but law enforcement, if they catch them, they scare the crap out of them.
This is a trend across the country. Police are warning this door kicking challenge has already led to violent and even deadly confrontations.
Unfortunately, this year alone, there's been 2 deaths related to this.
See, and that should be enough. Once you hear 2 guys got killed over this door kicking thing, you stop kicking doors at that point. I mean, after that, you're really taking it into your own hands. I mean, I get a viral trend and pulling pranks and throwing toilet paper and throwing eggs and shit. We all did it. But once somebody gets fucking capped doing something like this, I don't really see where the fun in the trend is anymore.
One in Texas and one in Virginia, where individuals were actually shot as they were fleeing.
What may be fun or a cool thing to do amongst their friends and post it on social media is very traumatic to those and terrorizing to those on the other side of the door.
Yeah, it scares the shit out of you. You ever had someone just knock on your door like in the dark of night and it's totally quiet? That's bad enough. You got somebody kicking the shit out of your... Oh, my God. You know, in the last couple of years, I've had the cops come to my house enough that I hear a knock on my door now, and I just instinctively go, oh, fucking now what? Jesus Christ. Like, I'm just like, what? I'm hoping it's a solicitor at this point. I'm like, oh, God, let it be like a tin of popcorn or Girl Scout cookies. Fucking hell. But like a kicking, pounding sound at your door, yeah, forget that. Nobody's going to come meet you with a big smile and a hi, how are you? And also, I think as long as you don't kill the kid, I think you should be acquitted. You shouldn't even be charged if you shoot one of these bastards who come up and kick on people's doors.
People in Creek Bridge hope the trend is short-lived and dies down before someone gets seriously hurt.
You don't know who's behind the door waiting for you.
Yeah, remember the guy, God, I can't remember. I can't believe I don't remember his name anymore. That Minnesota guy who waited in his basement because people were breaking into houses in his neighborhood. And a guy and a girl broke it. Byron Smith, I think his name was Byron Smith. Byron Smith waited with, and this is a real fucking serial killer snack. He had a bottle of water and a sleeve of saltine crackers. And he was sitting in his favorite chair at the bottom of the steps waiting for the kids to come down, and he shot, through the banister, hit the kids. The boy and girl, they both fell down. I think we probably have that audio that we can play for you. But yeah, that shit happens. And like a lot of the time people get away with it. Now, Byron Smith didn't get away with it because he recorded it and they played it in court but he was like Jerome Kersey. What do you go? He was the Death Wish guy. He just fucking had it and he went, I'm just going to take the law into my own hands. Redbird with $1. Thank you, Redbird. He says it's just cover for burglary. Door gives in and no one's home. Rob the place. If the owner are around, you just an urban youth having fun. No, it is a legit social media trend too, though. Redbird with another $1 says, guarantee most of them are packing a gun. The people kicking the door? Teenagers? I don't know. Redbird with $1 says, you're being way too generous. This is not a twisted prank. It's malicious thugs exploiting the good nature of people like you. Good nature? I don't give a shit if anybody shoots these people doing this. Go for it. Go nuts. Do it. Let's find the Byron Smith thing for those of you who don't know. Byron Smith. Oh, wow. Oh, it just keeps coming up. This guy, Byron Donald. All right, Byron Smith shooting. Haley Kiefer and Nicholas Brady. Those were the names of the two people he shot. Oh, man. Are you kidding? This was everywhere. I think this happened in like 2012. Wow, I was in Litchfield when we covered this. 2012 Thanksgiving Day. So this was 13 years ago, almost to the day. Oh, wow. Back in September, he sued an author and a publishing company for writing a book on his case. That's Byron Smith. That's the guy. And people had been breaking into his house multiple times, and there had been multiple other break-ins in the neighborhood. And the local police were doing nothing about it. So he decided to take matters into his own hands. Now, they put him in jail because of this. They threw him in prison because he recorded it. And after he had shot the two of them coming down his stairs, he taunted them both and blew their head off. And you can hear the recording. He's like, "Oh, you're dying. Look at you. You're dying." Like he was standing over them. And I think you can hear the girl crying and the boy is struggling. Like I think he's just about out. Byron Smith shooting. Yeah, here we have the audio.
Court releases audio of Byron Smith murders. A chilling recording of the murder of teenaged cousins Nick Brady and Haley Kiefer by Minnesota homeowner Byron Smith has been made public. Brady, 17, and Kiefer, 18.
Now, one thing I did hate during this whole case was they painted these two kids like they were just poor, innocent kids. Like they were breaking into an elderly man's house to rob him. These were not good people. These were not good kids who were just being silly one day. They had been breaking into people's houses and stealing shit. All right? They didn't... I'm not upset that they got shot for breaking into someone's house. I just think the way Byron Smith went about it was a bit extra.
Into Smith's home unarmed in the early morning.
But I want... Like, there was part of me, and I even said this on the air back then, I was like, I want this guy acquitted because even though he technically broke the law, I just want him acquitted to send a message to people who do shit like this, who terrorize people and break into homes, like, we're not going to step in and intercede on your behalf if something bad happens. You're taking your life into your own hands, you break into someone's house.
Of Thanksgiving Day, 2012. Smith had hidden his car to make it appear nobody was home. The teens had no idea he was armed and waiting for intruders from his chair in his basement, with an audio recorder set up on the bookshelf. What follows are excerpts from Smith's actual recording, which served as a key piece of evidence in his murder conviction.
So now, I know this is animated here, but the sound of glass breaking, it's the actual recording. So the video is obviously animated, but every sound is in the recording. He's waiting for him to come down.
You're dead.
So yeah, that sound you hear is he's dragging him onto plastic. And he says to him, he goes, "Yeah, you're dead." So I guess he shot the girl in the head. What he called it a good, clean finishing shot is what he told authorities. This guy, I guess he just killed him straight up, like coming down. So then he went to sit down and waited for the girl to come down.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, yeah.
You're dying.
So he shot her 4 more times on top of the one, and she's still alive.
Bitch.
And that last one was a shot to her head. What he called a good, clean finishing shot.
Cute. I'm sure she thought she was a real pro. I feel a little bit safer. Not totally safe. I'm still shaking a bit, but a little bit safer.
See, like, if you don't think this is a guy who just, from the neighborhood he was living in and being broken into numerous times and being victimized, like, it just broke him psychologically. I mean, this is just a guy who just got a real big case of the fuckets.
I refuse to live in fear.
Ironically, he thought recording this would, like, help him. It was the thing that put him in prison. Like, if you wouldn't have shot him so many times and you wouldn't have recorded it, they just would have thought you were defending your home. Like, they did break in. There was a broken window. 2 of them came down the stairs. You shot them. You might have skated on this.
I am not a bleeding heart liberal. I felt like I was cleaning up a mess. Not like spilled food. Not like vomit. Not even like diarrhea. The worst mess possible. In some tiny little respect. I was doing my civic duty.
I was doing my civic duty.
Because the law enforcement system couldn't handle it, and I had to do it. I had to do it. They weren't human. I don't see them as human. I see them as vermin. This bitch was going to go through her life spoiling things for other people. Thieving, robbing, drug use. It's all fun, cool, exciting, and highly profitable until somebody kills you. Like I give a damn who she is. I'm sorry. So much regret. I try to be a good person. I try to do what I should, be friendly to other people, help them when I can. Try to be a good citizen, not cheat people, be fair.
He's just a guy who is broken. I mean, it's how you get Batman. I mean, it's just, he said it in there. He goes, law enforcement wouldn't do it, so I had to do it. And like that is, like I said, that is how you get Batman. Like, just people get fucking tired of it. And they just, they feel like nobody's helping them. Nobody's going to help them. These people are garbage. They keep preying on people, so I'm going to do something about it. And he's still in prison. Hooters Girl says, the audio is nasty. I went to school with the mom of the girl that got killed. Taste Fairy says, him and Killdozer would have made a great vigilante duo. I mean, he was a different sort. Old Byron Smith. That was the very definition of a vigilante. All right, guys, that's going to do it for tonight. You earned yourself the extra time. And thank you so much to BM for catching us up for the week and putting us ahead for tomorrow. Holy shit. Thank you. Gordy just showed up. Gordy can hear that I'm wrapping up and he needs to go potty. I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Thanks again. Fantastic evening. Thank you so much for it. Hit like and follow and subscribe on your way out. I will talk to you again very soon. And, tomorrow night is Eating an Onion night.